Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. So let us continue playing with our friend Electric Superman. I know you may have noticed I did change the name. So I don't know why though we cannot use Electric. So I had to misspell Electric so that it could actually work. But here we are. So if you guys may have noticed last time, if you do a boo boo like I did and you kind of forget to fill in the name, or you use the default name that the game gives you, they do give you a name reclaim token so that you can change the name of your character if you want to. So just give me a minute so that I finish my setup over here, and then we'll be good. We'll be good to go. So as you can see, we've reached level 9 with our Superman character. So let's see how far we can go today. We should have a few days more to be able to complete the event. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Almost there, stun target. Also, just to be on the safe side, if you guys can hear me, say yes. And I assume you guys had a lot of questions about the Slimline that my character is using right now. Sadly, it was a Slimline we could get for the Superman event. And after the event, you had roughly 1 month to be able to purchase, to buy out the rewards if you wanted to. Sadly, at this point, if you don't have the Slimline right now, it's a little too late. Sadly, the dev seems to have decided to lean in very heavily into fear of missing out, and sadly, this is one of those example. So hello, Vault Boy. Oh, so you guys are saying yes, yes, yes. So the audio is good. Hello, Rayshon. Also, you may hear Rocky barky bark bark. I left the front door open so that we could get some a bit of wind. It's really hot today. So if Rocky barks, I'll have to go and ask him not to do that. So let us continue with our friend. Oh, and before we go there, so we have the event right now. The special event that is the ultimate recruitment event. We still have 7 days left, so we should have plenty of time to be able to complete the event. If somehow we don't have the time for whatever reasons, there is the buyout option, which is $35 for the green bleed aura for 50 mogo berries. I don't know why they say 50 pack of mogo berries. Either it's someone who never played DCUO and doesn't understand the game, or maybe they're using AI to fill out those information. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. 50 pack of source marks and some perfect ant metal. The perfect ant metal is a value of 75,000. Yeah, 75,000 experience. So there we go.
Brainiac is attacking. He's targeting sites to bottle and bombarding us with troops. We need your help before it gets worse.
This is Oracle. You took out a Brainiac ship, so taking out his forces on the ground should be a cakewalk. He's staging his front line nearby. Head over there and kick some can.
So let's go and kick some can. If I recall correctly, it's just behind the building here. Oh yeah.
Look at this mess. Cover me while we take out these bogeys.
So obviously our electric Superman uses electric powers. No, a little too far. There's quite a few people here right now.
Status critical.
So we're seeing quite a few new characters for these events. Is it new players? Is it old players who are creating alternate characters? We'll never know.
Damage sustained. Critical damage.
So I'm using electric and hand blasters. I should probably make a video someday specifically about the hand blasters. I'll have to add that to my to-do list, I guess. You might have noticed one of the popular weapons are dual wield, one-handed. And probably something else I forget.
Impaired. Alpha protocol.
Personally, I kind of like to use on blasters.
Systems
I like to use also dual pistols, but dual pistols is, let's say, a bit challenging to use and sadly not
impaired.
that powerful, all things considered.
Critical damage. Systems failing. Damage sustained. Engaging
Almost there, stun target.
target coordinates transferred.
And you'll notice within blasters,
Minor damage.
pulse beam is my attack of choice.
Status critical.
Thank you, Rishon. I was toying with the idea of making a new character,
Viewing target.
and when we got this Slimline, I knew that I had to make a Superman, an electric Superman character. I created an armory. I did create an armory with my Superman character using the new Slimlines, but I quickly came to realize that this Slimline deserves its own electric Superman because my Superman uses firepower,
Performance.
and of course, electric Superman needs electric powers.
Protocol.
Well, let's get out of here.
Brainiac must know we mean business. He's targeting my comm signals. Hang on. Whew, finally, a signal. Get ready to move. Brainiac is capturing other exobyte targets, so he's definitely planning to bottle the whole place. Save those people and take them to the drop-off safe zone nearby.
So again, sadly, some of you guys were asking about the Slimline, and at this point, if you don't already have the Slimline, if you did not buy it out already, you can't really get it.
Back off.
I don't know if it's going to come back next year, or if it's something we had only for this year. Ideally, they should give, let's say, another option to be able to get the Slimline if you were not able to get it this year. But the truth is, we don't know, with the new devs, we don't know exactly what their game plans are. We have a vague idea based on what they did last year and what they did this year. But again,
Damage.
already from last year to this year, what they ended up doing is a bit different. So it's kind of hard to know for sure. Are we going to get the Slimline again next year? Was it a one-time thing and we'll never see it again? Sadly, another thing also is that the devs are not talking. They're not telling us anything. So sadly, we have to try to guesstimate what it all means. To try to guess if we will get the Slimline again. And the truth is, we don't really know. Some people from the devs used to be. I guess I'm done with those little guys, but I need to destroy some accumulators. So let's get to it. So the devs used to be the devs on Star Trek Online. And from the looks of it, from what people are telling us, a lot of the things they're doing right now is things they used to do on the Star Trek Online. Apparently on Star Trek Online, if you missed out on some of the rewards from the events, at some point they would give some option to be able to get some of those rewards. But we don't know if they're going to do the same with DCUO. We can assume they're going to do that, but we don't really know for sure. So people are hoping that we will get the Slimline again.
Objective in sight.
And it's a really nice looking Slimline. You might have noticed there's a lot of people who are using it. I've said it a lot, but it's worth repeating. When the devs gives people what they're asking for, people will use it. If you give people what they're asking for, they'll be there and they'll use it. Thank you, Murab.
This is Gotham Now, and I'm Vicky Vale. The menace known only as Brainiac has attacked our planet and bottled up our cities. He's leveling in...
Hang on. Crucial information. Switching signals just a...
Oh, some more evil Brainiac robots to try and defeat. Oh yeah, and there's these
Protocol.
These little machines over here.
Ooh, we've made him mad. He's targeting all of my comm frequencies. Luckily, I know a few tricks. So get to Brainiac's ground zero. With all those troops and ships,
Oh,
he'll
it's
start
static.
bottling
Okay.
any moment unless you stop him.
Alpha Protocol. Subduing target. Status critical. Systems failing. Target coordinates transferred. Target locked. Alpha Protocol.
Evil Brainiac robots attacking me from behind. Did you see that?
Damage.
No honors amongst robots.
Subduing target.
So there's a few things here. We have to defeat some of those Brainiacs.
Target.
But also we have to destroy the communication devices. Oh, I guess we're done with the Brainiacs.
Subduing target.
Sadly, there's a lot of Brainiacs around, so we have to get rid of them in order to be able to click on the device. If I had the shield, I could probably ignore them. Without the shield, it's a bit tricky sometimes. But sometimes you can use a distraction, like when there's a player or something else that distracts the NPCs. Then you can try to sneak in and get the device.
Target.
So, oh, I thought one more, but I guess we're good. So let's complete it.
Nice aim. Those were the comm arrays messing with my signal. All systems go, and Brainiac doesn't even know what hit him. Head back to the safe house for a hero's welcome.
Solar Conquest, what do you think of the Lantern DLC? I wouldn't exactly call it a Lantern DLC. Yes, they are lanterns, but it's truly more of a Lucia DLC, if it makes any sense. It's Lucia and her sister DLC. It's been like that pretty much since the beginning of the storyline. Like Lucia and her sisters are the real quote unquote players, and we're just NPCs following them around. But at least it's nice. We got Mogo. We're fighting some evil yellow lanterns. So I'll take it. It's not exactly the kind of
Nice
DLC
job.
people would have
That should
wanted,
buy us some time
but
before
it's
an attack
I guess within the context of what the devs are giving us these days, it's the best we can hope for right now. Oh, I didn't have a Nick piece just yet. But yeah, for the Lantern DLC, I'm hoping that they'll give us, like people have been asking for some Lantern styles. There's quite a few Lantern styles people have been asking for. Lantern-based items, people have been asking for those as well. But they're giving us basically the style from the characters they created. Like they're giving us the Lucia style in a nutshell. Oh, I should probably go. I guess we can go there. Ronnie. DCUO needs to be cheaper. If it would more people would play it. It was cheaper for quite a while. I don't know. They've been. I have to admit, yes, they have been more aggressive in monetizing the game for some time. It would be nice if everything was free. It would be nice if everything was available. Sadly, they've decided to be more aggressive in monetizing the game, and here we are.
Hijacking trucks. But that's just what they're doing at the Metropolis Metrodome. They're attacking Star Labs transports to steal mass payloads of exobytes. We must reduce our losses. Those exobytes are critical to defeating Brainiac.
I could have sworn there was some more side quests around here. I might be misremembering. But yeah, for DCO being cheaper, yes and no. They do. They're pushing it a little bit. Like I have to admit, I was a bit pissed that the new iconic ability is part of a time capsule, and not only part of a time capsule, but the rare collection of the time capsule. Like I could have understood if it had been like a open 25 time capsule and get the ability, or if somehow $25 was not enough to pay for the iconic, make it open 50 time capsule, open 100 time capsule. But making it the uber rare collection of the bunch, that was disappointing. Oh, level up. Let's clear out some of those, and we'll level up afterwards. Solar Quest, beggars can be choosers. I guess we need a Sinistroid style and Kilowog. Yeah, that Sinistroid style could be cool. Kilowog too.
Death to those that oppose the Hive.
You came along just in time.
Andrew Robinson, hello Multi, love the channel, bro. I watch regularly. Thank you for watching. I'm not sure why.
Help us. We've got to get these exobites out of here before Hive overruns us.
Stop them! Run for your lives!
Ronnie says, I hope the money they get goes into DCUO 2. Nah, it's not. Oh, here they're telling us about the healer role, so we finally got the option to be able to switch to healers if we want to.
Accessing the Hive's latest information. I don't understand why they would want exobites. They're just mindless drones under the influence of Queen Zazala's hypnopollen. Which, by the way, you should not breathe. Got it?
Run for your life.
So let's complete the pest
The
control.
Hive has turned the Metrodome into a fortress to defend their stolen exobites and spread their mind-controlling hypnopollen across the city. Take out those dispensers and tag the exobyte containers for pickup. Star Labs will take it from there.
So here they had the hint to show us about the stall tab. Obviously, we did not need it.
Primary training mandate. Swarm them.
And we still need some stingers, like basically the main. We finished the main quest,
Stings.
but there's a side quest to defeat some evil stingers.
These exobites must be claimed for Queen
So
Bee.
let's do that before we move on. Yeah, there's going to be some more stingers later on. Oh, I guess we're done with the stingers, I suppose. So let's move on to the next part of the quest. So now we do have the option to be able to switch role to healer. We're not going to do that just yet. I'll wait until I get my armory. Oh yeah, there should be also some side quests here. I forget where. Ah, there it is. So ideally, pick up the side quest first, so that way, as you play the main
You
mission,
might just get a foothold on the compound.
you will be
Take
able
out their fuel
to play the side
canisters
to
and knock
complete
out
the
some of
side quest
Planned
at the
Lethal
same
Hive
time.
assault. Report
Mr.
back to
Luther
me
is
when
It's not a
you're
big
done.
deal if you pick up the side quest later, but if you want to try to maximize your playtime, sort of, then you should get the side quest right away so that you can do everything at the same time.
Any Hive forces that try and stop you. Try and leave the turrets intact. Our side, and we'll aid you in your defense.
That stings.
Confirmed, Command. The beacon is active, and the
For DCO2, sadly, we already know it's not gonna happen. And for the money they're making, nah, they're not putting that into DCO2. They're not even putting that in DCO. I'm sure they're putting some of that in DCO, but most of it is for their new, either their new IP or some of their other IPs, which was to be expected, I guess. DCO is a licensed game, so they don't really own DC Universe Online. They're paying a license for it, as opposed to their other games like EverQuest. They actually own EverQuest, so it's more to their benefit to actually invest in EverQuest. Like if someday they decide to make a movie about DC, let's say the Superman movie, they don't get a single penny out of that. If they were to If they were to make a, let's say, an EverQuest movie, all of that money would go into their pockets. So there's no real benefit for them to reinvest massively in DC Universe Online at this point.
Matrix 1226 is offline.
They were planning to at some point, but then their stocks took a nosedive, and those plans were pretty much gone. Oh, we got our first supercharge, I guess.
Locator beacon was activated.
Well, let me reply. People often ask me to if I need the help to rank up faster. I'm not trying to go faster. I really enjoy the process from going from level 1 to level 30. So I'm not trying to do it as fast as possible. I'm just enjoying the process. Dark Joker, don't you get bored making characters? Absolutely not. It's one of the fun thing about this Nurse Online, creating new characters, customizing new characters. The tough part is that we don't have enough character slots. So sadly, very often I'll try to create new characters to experiment a bit or just to have fun. But after a while, I have to delete some characters. At some point, I used to create and delete new characters all the time. I don't do that as much for some reason.
That stings.
But with the new event, it does give me an extra reason to level up characters. I love creating new characters. I love playing the game also from level 1 to level 30. And whenever we go back to play either some of the older missions or even the missions from level 1 to level 30, we can kind of see what we lost over time when it comes to DC Universe Online. Now, DC Universe Online is still a fun game. It's still the best superhero game out there, but it's not the same as it once was. So we have to admit that. We see that whenever we go into a raid and we see like the huge maps we used to get for raids. We see the basically the way the quest used to work or the way the raids used to work. It kind of reminds us that the game has changed quite a lot since the early days. But as for making new characters, I love making new characters. I love trying to find ways to customize new characters or to create new characters. Like sometimes, like in this case here, we got the new Slimline Superman style, so obviously it was perfect for a Superman type character. But sometimes you get a new style and you realize that, holy crap, that would be perfect for, let's say we got the new Batman style, the absolute Batman style. Some of that style is great to create a Spawn type character. The original AMLT, do you think DCU will add the new Superman emblem and maybe the costume from the movie? No, I don't think so. If we're lucky, they might give us the Kingdom Come Superman emblem, which kind of looks like the emblem from the movie, but I don't really expect it at this point. Now I could be wrong. I hope to be wrong. I hope they would surprise us with such an emblem,
Stingers carry a hypnotizing
but I
nanotoxin.
don't really expect it.
Lucky for you, you seem to be able to resist it.
Bad news. Queen Bee's drones have LexCorp and Starlab scientists hostage inside the Metrodome. We must free those scientists before she steals their
What made you
minds.
decide to start a new character? I've seen your videos in the past, so I know you're an experienced players. I used to do that all the time. Way back when, I would create a new character from level 1 to level 30 as some sort of walkthrough for people to be able to like there's always people who struggle with DC Universe Online. There's a lot of things in DC Universe Online that is not really properly explained or not even explained at all. It's pretty much why this channel exists. It's how this channel was created. Way back when, there were people who did not. There's a lot of information that was not explained to people. For example, how to play as a controller. Uh, Controller is a role that's very specific to DC Universe Online. There's nothing like that in other games. And sadly, there was not not a lot of information in game about how to play as a controller. So basically, the game there was a need for tutorials. There was a need for new players to get explained how the game works, and that's pretty much how I got started. And then later on, I would create, and also I enjoy creating new characters. So I would create new characters. I would play that character from level 1 to level 30. Then I would delete that character, create a new character, because I would try to go through various powers. I would try to go through the various mentors. But I haven't done that as much. I pretty much since we got the House of Legends somehow. There's nothing really to it. It just happened that way.
Hive mind transmission. Drones, discard armor plating for upgrades.
But with the new event, I had no excuse. I had to make a new character. I had to. Oh, I'm getting behind in the chat a bit. So, non-hero, MLT, everyone, do you think they'll ever go back to comic tie-ins in DLCs or current comics event? No, they're not going back to that. It's the first thing. Making those videos, those cutscenes was expensive, and that is the first thing they removed. At some point, they had to change the game a bit to cut down on cost and to increase revenue. So the way to cut down on cost was to cut down things like the cinematics they used to make, and to increase revenue, they went free to play, but they added stuff like the marketplace and a whole bunch of other stuff. They added some stuff you could purchase or the subscription also for to play the game. So you can decide to play as a free to play player, or you could decide to upgrade, buy the DLCs, buy the powers and stuff like that. So sadly the cinematics is the first thing they removed. They cut to try to cut down on cost, and these are not coming back. Andrew Robinson, is Munition any good at all? Never tried it. Wanted to create the comedian from The Watchmen. Yeah, Munition is a good power. It's good for DPS. Uh, in a nutshell, what the consensus seems to be that it's a great DPS power. It's a waste if you use it for a controller. So do with that what you will. Cluster says I got a green bleed aura last week for getting a new character to level 30. So today I made another new character, a lantern character, and gave it that aura. Yeah, that's pretty much the intent. Gambit says, "Hey, caught a live stream. Lol, nice." Sega Genesis, when the new Superman's supposed to be out. The movie, I think it's coming out July 11th or something like that. Scroll says I was watching your live from 9 years ago, The Avenging Night. Thanks for sticking around. Gambit, back in April, that and the electric blue outfit was out, so you can pay $10 to still get it in the event tab. I don't think you can still get it. You had, or can you still get it? Basically, whenever they stop an event, you have roughly 1 month to be able to buy it out. So if it hasn't been 1 month yet, then yeah, you probably can still buy out the Slimline. Sadly, I don't see the buy out option, so I don't know if you still buy it. Can you still not buy it? I don't know. Like all I have is the reclaim all. I do not have the buyout option anymore. But if the buyout option is still there, then buy it now while you can, because afterwards we don't know if it's going to come back. Clarster says I personally love munitions. Glad you enjoy it. Youssef, I have a question. Do you understand the French? Because I don't know how to say it in English. Yes, French is actually my first language, Youssef. Tu peux me demander ça en français, Youssef, il n'y a pas de problème. Sega Genesis, yes, the new movie when it's supposed to be out. Yeah, I think it's July 11th, if I'm not mistaken. But it should be in about 2 weeks. Gambit says check event. Yeah, but the problem is that I did complete the event, so I don't have the buyout option anymore. So if the buyout option is still there, great. So if you guys didn't buy it just yet, do it now before it's gone. Youssef, il faut que tu utilises tes skill points. Si tu vas dans le tab avec les skill points, non. Si tu vas dans le tab avec les skill points, il faut que tu utilises tous tes skill points. Si tu as des skill points accumulés, oui, il va te demander, il va te dire que tu n'as pas le minimum requis. Fait que faut que tu dépenses tous tes skill points ici. Tu peux garder jusqu'à 9 skill points. Aussitôt que tu as 10 skill points qui ne sont pas dépensés, ça, tu ne pourras pas continuer. Gambit, never mind, couldn't tell from mine either. Yeah, sadly, once you complete the event, you don't see the bot option anymore. So, oh, and I just realized I have some skill points thanks to Yusef. So I could start purchasing some iconic powers. We're not going to do that just yet. I did purchase the first part of the flight movement mode, but right now we still have some weapon. Actually, there's one weapon combo we don't have. So hold and tap. Full disclosure, I'll let you in a little secret. I never use the scissor kick. I somehow it throws me off. I have a certain rhythm when I use the hand blasters, and the scissor kicks throws off my rhythm, so I never unlock it. So I will unlock the solar flame, and that's the last weapon skill I will unlock. And if we hold and tap, so you can see here, hold and tap, so that's what it does. Cluster multi-quick question. There's a Shazam inspired accessory, the light blue colored one for 1 fate token. Do you think that could look nice on an electric character at all? Absolutely. It's a really nice accessory. I could probably show it to you. I'm not going to purchase it, but I could probably show it to you still. I think it's called Shazam something. Too many accessories. Power Shazam, there it is. Evil menu. So it's a nice sort of Shazam emblem with some lightning effects added to it. So yeah, it does look really good on not just an electric character. My Sandwalker is actually using it, and he's using Earth powers. Let's talk to the little guy here.
My squad was infiltrating the Hive's defenses when we came across LexCorp troops looting the place.
Thank you, Adam.
We gotta round them up before they cause more trouble. You can start with that guy over there. He should come to any minute.
Blink, bro, how long they're gonna keep glazing Batman and Superman, bro? When are we having more Flash stuff? Yeah, it's been a while since we had any Flash stuff. I have no idea. But for Batman and Superman, we haven't had like for Superman, we didn't have a lot of Superman stuff in quite a while, so we were a bit overdue. I guess the same with Batman. Yeah, we did get let's say the final Batman, but I don't really consider that Batman. It's some sort of weird alternate Batman from the future, and I don't know, not too crazy about it. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. Absolument. So I mentioned this before, but I can mention it again. I do have a specific way to arrange my loadout because I have a lot of characters at this point, and sadly, I do have a specific way to arrange my loadout so that no matter which character I play on, I won't be lost too much. So normally I would put, let's say, a range ability, a melee ability here, or a really close range ability on the square button. I normally here on the other square button I would put a shield. I don't have a shield just yet, so this is what we have. I normally on the triangle buttons I put ranged attacks. The reason for that is quite simple. If I'm attacking from range and I'm already pressing the triangle button, then if I need to use a power attack, I just need to pull the trigger and it goes almost automatically. And the supercharge, I put a supercharge on the round button because way back when that is where you would get your first supercharge. I got used to it that way, and that's pretty much why the supercharge goes there. No real mystery there. And for the X, it depends on the ability. I guess I could put the healing. It's not a shield, but I could put it in the shield spot, I suppose. There we go. Now it feels better. As Scroll says, I will watch a multiversal video for tips. Thank you.
I got my rights.
Now, I understand that using hand blasters with electric might be redundant, because there are some abilities that kind of feel as if you were using hand blasters with the power. But I kind of got used to it, so I still use it that way.
That stings.
Also, some of those abilities sometimes will stun multiple enemies. So for that alone, it makes them a bit useful, even though it's it looks like similar abilities than what the hand blasters already does. Like with hand blasters, you can kind of stun one enemy, you can even push it back. But there's a few electric abilities that allows you to stun multiple opponents. If you've been watching some of the PvP matches, I'm sure you saw the evil Iron Man do that quite a lot. When I try to when he's sniping from a distance, and I try to lunge at him, very often he will stun me with one of the electric abilities to keep me from lunging at him. I could have sworn I missed. I guess I'm mistaken. Been a while since I've been here, so I'm going to look around a bit to try not to forget anything. Ah, there it is. I knew I had seen that somewhere.
Hive mind transmission. Ensure neural devices always function at optimal parameters.
Blink, they're talking about a bunch of Batman and Superman variations, but what about Flash variations though? No, I agree. I would put more. I would put more Flash stuff in the game. Sadly, I don't make those decisions. For Batman and Superman, even then they don't put that much Batman and Superman stuff. Way back when they wanted to give us the first Superman Day event, they asked us to list some Superman content that they could use for that event. And it turns out that there's not a lot of Superman content in DC Universe Online. For a game that is supposed to be about the DC Universe, and for Superman being the flagship characters of the DC Universe, there wasn't a lot of Superman content for the Superman event. So they had to use missions that were not really Superman missions, but that did show Superman somehow. But again, we came to quickly realize that there wasn't a lot of Superman content. Unlike what a lot of people seem to think, there's a lot of Superman content. A lot of people seem to think there's a lot of Batman content. But when you look at it very closely, you come to realize that there's not a lot of that. And Superman is their flagship character. There definitely should be more Superman content. And Batman is their best-selling character. So again, yeah, they should lean on Batman a bit more. I understand that if you hate Batman, you probably don't like me saying that. But from a business point of view, Batman is their number one seller. So you have to use it. It's like, imagine you have a baseball team and you bench your best player. Whenever they don't use Batman, it's pretty much what they end up doing.
The drones kept interrogating me about exobytes.
But when it comes also to Flash, Green Lanterns, yeah, these should get more content as well. When we got the Green Lantern Rebirth, and even worse, when we got the Green Lantern Sinestro Core War,
We all need
Green
to be
Lantern pretty
working
much
together.
became the number 3
Save that fight
character,
for another
or even
day.
the number 2 character at
Now,
DC. At
take
the
it to
time,
Hive's
Green Lantern
main
was
power
selling
generator so you can get to Queen Bee and find out what's
was selling
really
the
behind
most at
this Hive
DC,
invasion.
other than maybe Batman. And if you look at the New 52, it's not a coincidence if the Batman remained the same, Green Lantern remained the same, because at the time these were the two best-selling characters. But then later on, they pretty much went out of their way to try to sabotage Green Lantern, and the sales went down the drain. And for the Flash, when we did get the Flash TV show, the popularity of the Flash exploded. But again, after the first 3-4 seasons, they really screwed the show, and we could see that also in the game. Flash was not quite as popular in the game as it was with the early seasons of the Flash. Gambit says, dude, nice fluent in French, or that's your first language. You hit the nail on the head. It is my first language.
Hive mind transmission. Target
Youssef, si c'est pas ça, désolé Youssef, je sais pas c'est quoi qui t'arrive. Non-Hero says, bro, you're awesome. Thank you. Le but du jeu, c'est de créer ton super-héros puis d'aller à l'aventure dans l'univers de DC. Oh, the Azrael is asking a question that a lot of you guys have been asking and asking. When we'll get the summer seasonal? We don't know just yet. I thought we might get it this week. I thought we might get some news about it this week. Didn't happen. So I don't know. I guess I should probably let me check. Let me go check on X if there's any news about the summer seasonal. X seems to be the best place to look right now for information about DCUO. Sometimes you'll have information on X that you don't even have on the forums. And I guess there's also that you could look on the Discord also, but I hate Discord. Earlier, Flashpoint Ghost Rider was trying to call me through Discord, and for some reason the Discord kept on disconnecting him. So, no, I don't see any news about the summer seasonal just yet. Like I would have expected the summer seasonal to be this week. Obviously, if it doesn't happen this week, it'll be next week. What can you do?
Sting them. Sting them.
Could be that they were not able to get it ready for this week. Although it's the same seasonal every year, so you would think that all they have to do is add a couple of items to the marketplace or to the vendor, and that's it. But somehow, I guess it's there might be more to it than that, seeing how we don't have it just yet.
Everybody knows you're working for Star Labs.
Custer says, I'll definitely pick that accessory from the Dr. Fate Dan. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. It's a nice looking accessory. I use it on at least one or two of my characters, even though they're not using electric. Cluster, I use End Blasters on my Sorcerer character, even though I'm sticking to the DPS roll on it. That's fine. Scroll says, Arc Lightning stuns enemies and heal herself and allies. Absolutely. But now with I forget the name of the artifacts. Now with the Clarion, actually with End Blasters, your End Blasters can also heal you in the group and shield your group. So Clarion, if you use Clarion with End Blasters, it almost makes some of the electric abilities a bit redundant. Again, either redundant or obsolete.
When Luther hears about this, you're going down.
Gambit says we may see it start tomorrow morning after the update and maintenance, or on the 1st with the 3rd patrol event at the same time. Yeah, that's another thing. It could happen that tomorrow we log in after the maintenance and the the event is there. I don't know why they don't want to. They really don't want to give us any information ahead of time. I don't know why they do that. I don't know what's the point. It baffles me every time. Like, imagine if movie theaters did that. Imagine if when they make a movie, they release no trailer, no information, nothing, and they waited for the movie to be in theater to start advertising it. How can you build some hype that way? Sadly, I don't know, the devs are dead set into not giving us the information and pretty much letting us discover it as it happens. Now, why do they do that? I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind their strategy, but it makes no sense to me. Oh, and there's the little guy I was looking for. So there's a mission to be able to defeat those spec ops. Well, let me go to my journal. Like, even if you complete the mission here, you still get a feat for defeating all the spec ops.
My rights.
So even if you do complete the side quest to defeat all the spec ops, keep on defeating them anyway, because you will get a feat.
Intruder detected. Intruder detected. Initiating defense protocols. Alert Hive soldier bees.
Sting them! Sting them!
Scroll says Obsidian Chill posted a video earlier today. He said he's retired from DCUO. It's the end of an era. So now the question, who will be the next Obsidian Chill? Who will make those charts with and crunch all the numbers and show us all those Excel sheets showing which NPC does 1% more damage than the rest? I guess we're going to have to wait and see for that. So you can see you do get a feat even if you already completed the side quest. Keep on defeating those little guys, there's a feat involved.
The Hive mind has been breached. Overriding directive. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac.
Bring the exobytes to Brainiac! Guards! Protect your queen with your lives!
Destroy the intruder!
There used to be Darkman also would crunch the numbers a little bit. Sadly, Darkman is also gone.
Let's get it done.
For the fight here with the evil Queen Bee, I've seen people sometimes who would struggle way back when. So if you struggle a little bit, don't hesitate. There's like 1, 2, at least 3 healing barrels over here. Don't hesitate to use the healing barrels. That's what they're there for.
It'll mess with your head. Watch out. That pollen will control your mind.
I will crush your independence.
Evil Queen Bee.
You will serve me.
Just give me a minute. Rocky is hearing something and it's making him barky bark. Give me a minute.
Self-preservation shield activated. Distress call sent.
From many, one. One mind. One goal. One queen. So they think they are mighty. They think their sworn rival's mine. Soon all of their thoughts will be for me alone. All minds will be one mind.
Rocky's my little guard dog. When he hears some evil people outside,
Brainiac, I obey. The Hive mind has
And today it's really warm over here, so let's skip.
Now we know. Brainiac is in control of Queen Bee. He's using her drones to recover his exobytes. I hope this stings Brainiac in the end. But if she doesn't, we will. I'll be in touch. And thanks. Superman out.
I love those cinematics, but for these kind of videos, I skip them. I have a video about like DC Universe Online, the movie or something like that, where I show a whole bunch of those cinematics. So if you guys ever want to watch those cinematics without having to go through the game, that could be an option.
Hive mind transmission. The Queen commands us.
So we used to have Darkman who would crunch the numbers. Sadly, Darkman is gone too, but I'm sure someone else will step up to the plate and do that at some point. But Cluster says, I guess it's up to Multiverse now to pick up where Obsidian Chill left off. Nah, I don't do that. I don't crunch the numbers the way he does. There's a few reasons behind that. The first reason that I don't need to. I don't look at the numbers to decide if an ability is worth it or if an ability is better than another. I do what I call reading the battlefield. Basically, just like when you fight enemies and you use an ability and the enemy dies in 30 seconds, and then you use another ability and the enemy dies in 53 seconds. Right there, you can tell which ability is better, which ability does more damage. And also, you can see also in battle things that you don't see with the numbers. For example, maybe the ability, one of the abilities stuns enemies. The numbers don't tell you that. Maybe one ability heals, maybe one ability stuns multiple enemies. Maybe one ability gives you a shield and gives you extra survivability. So again, you don't get that from an Excel sheet. Oh, give me a minute again. Evil Rocky.
Do something. You've got to help.
Look out!
So when you use an ability in battle, you'll get a lot more data than just how much damage it does. And that is how I decide if an ability is better than another. I don't just look at the damage. I guess a lot of people are very DPS focused. So they look at what does the most damage and ignore everything else. To me, how much damage it does is doesn't tell the whole story. If it makes any sense. Oh, we have to speak to okay. So let's talk to our friend, the Flash.
So now you're the hero-sized bug zapper. Nice! I'll be working with you again soon.
I, the Monitor, am gathering the multiverse to face its greatest threat yet. We will need every ally we can get, even unexpected ones. Meet me aboard the House of Legends.
Sir, we have the hint about the warp menu. I will use that in just a minute. So for hand blasters, I did mention I'm not going to use scissor kick. So this is it for hand blasters as far as I'm concerned. We could start taking the flight abilities or some of the iconic powers. Normally with a Superman type character, I would take Heat Vision. I would take Freezing Breath. But in this case, I will take also Super Strength. But in this case, I'll just take Super Strength. Super Strength is not that useful or that powerful, but I kind of like to use it. And there's a few instances where it's actually useful. And now we had the hint about using the warp menu to go to the House of Legends. So if we take a look at the warp menu, come on. So we can see the House of Legends right there. But also, we should have access to the House of Legends using our teleporter here. Oh yeah, so there it is. And also for the warp menu, if we go back there just a bit, so at some point they've added, so we have Gotham and Metropolis, we have the Watchtower, obviously, the Rally Point, and your lair. I could have sworn. Oh, and there's eventually we will see the latest DLCs and stuff like that. So they've added a whole bunch of stuff to the warp menu over the years. It kind of makes the teleporter not as useful. Like the teleporter you can have in your lair is not as useful as it once was because now the warp menu takes you to a whole bunch of places. But it's still worth it, I think, to have a teleporter in your lair. So let's go to the House of Legends right now. So the Azrael, I was thinking yesterday while I was leveling up a new tune. Actually, we haven't had a Joker since 2011. All Joker missions are tutorials, and Joker solo. After that, he wasn't in the new. Yeah, the for the Jokers, sadly, the Joker seems to be seen as problematic, not just by the devs, by DC themselves. And so I don't expect that we'll get any more Joker content. Like I was surprised that not so long ago we got a Joker trinket that gave us a Joker summons and some base items, some Joker base items. So I was really surprised by that. So now that we're in the House of Legends, so the world tomorrow will do that later. So together Unbroken. So we have to talk to the monitor, the projection kiosk. So this here is a projection kiosk. So basically there's a mission you can use here.
Heroes and villains, you must prepare for the trials to come. I am needed elsewhere. Harbinger, introduce our guests to Tempest Fuginaut and show them around my House of Legends.
On your orders.
Start with Tempest Fuginaut, guardian of the Orrery of Worlds.
Just give me a minute again. Sorry, there's some truck outside. So we have this little mission quest in the House of Legends. So here we have our friend Tempest Fuginaut. A question that often comes back is very often people don't know where they can buy their next set of gear. If you're not sure which set of gear to purchase with your character, come and see Tempest Fuginaut. It will sell you the best gear for your character at that time.
I open the way to important locations across time and space. For most of your journey, I will have the perfect equipment for you. I hope to see you often.
And you can see behind the Tempest Fuginaut, there is an orrery of the multiverse. So you can use it to teleport to a whole bunch of places. Obviously, I cannot use it just yet, so we'll have to do that later. And I lost track. Where am I supposed to go next? And there is the story arc vendor, which is our friend Catwoman over here.
The absolute highest tier equipment can be found on an assistant close to Tempest Fuginaut.
She used to be the bombshell Catwoman, but somehow they changed her to the, I guess, classic Catwoman or modern Catwoman. I don't know why they made that change. Is it because bombshell Catwoman was revealing too much skin? Was she too sexy? Sadly, nowadays, I wouldn't be surprised if it's some stuff like that.
Outgrown gear can be sold for cash, or even better, salvaged into exobytes to boost your base stats at R&D stations like these.
So you have to go see Catwoman, then you have to go to the R&D vendor, and then you have to use the Harbinger projector all the way over there. So let's do that.
This main observation deck has more important features. John Constantine will help you power up artifacts. Booster Gold will help you stabilize quarks. And Dr. Fate offers daily rewards. Next, your mentors have hired a guide for you in the training area. They have assured me he is a consummate professional.
I'm going the wrong... No, that's good. Next, we have to go see the evil Deathstroke. Oh, and Abisu says hi, so hi. Girth says hello, so hello. Junior says hello. Something that is not mentioned, there is a vendor over here. There's the cheetah vendor over here who sells base
Come
items.
on, pay up. My expeditions don't fund themselves, you know.
So if you need base items for your lair, there's a whole bunch of them on this little vendor over here. Obviously, you could use a broker also, but this gives you an extra alternative to be able to get some base items. And of course, if you're looking for a specific base item, so let's start with this stroke.
Hone your abilities here. Practice against the trainers or reset your skills via this interface. Learn to watch your back because nobody else will watch it for you. Certainly not your so-called mentors.
Reminder, the Monitor is interested in cooperation. We have one last place to visit before I leave you with allies.
So you may have noticed we have a whole bunch of sparring targets to be able to try out your abilities against. And now let us go talk to our friend Ambush Bug. I should probably pick it up. I don't pick up those collections anymore. But seeing how this is a new character, why not? I guess you could still try to sell them on a broker. There might be some people who are still trying to buy some of them.
Ambush Bug, all up in your fourth wall. This room is for you nostalgists. We got old gear you can buy for the cool styles. Teleporters to places you'll maybe visit once a year. Unlocks for Legends Exobytes, the PvP system with some of DC's coolest characters that could always use more cannon fodder.
These last two stops are perhaps the most important to the Monitor. First, Chang Zhu is an alien from Apocalypse who has agreed to behave.
Ger says, sad to see a lot of my favorite DCO YouTuber leave. Don't ever leave us, Multiverse. Sadly, making YouTube videos is challenging. It's more challenging than people expect. And making videos day after day, week after week, month after month, and even worse, year after year after year, is challenging to say the least.
Combat pets. Different functions, different power levels, all depending on what you need. And if you have any trouble, I can provide additional support.
And finally, Cyborg is developing a method for more easily calling in allies. The tour is complete, but please, see Cyborg next.
So if you didn't get Chang Zhu's word salad,
friends for what you have none.
Basically, our friend Chang Zhu is selling a whole bunch of pets. It's pretty much what he does. So let us go talk to our friend Cyborg.
Can you believe this place? Allies from all across time and space, and I've been working out a system to connect everyone. I started the ball rolling on a basic team for you when something ominous arrived. A batarang from the dark multiverse, with your name, a location under Crime Alley, and instructions to come alone. It's obviously a trap, so if you do choose to go, please be careful.
So in order to be able to use a Cyborg vendor, you have to play this mission over here. We'll play it in just a minute. There's that mail that I have that keeps on bugging me, so let's pick up our mail first. So we got a nice pair of pants from our friend Martian Manhunter. Wow, he's so nice. Oh, and we got a weapon. So let's select it. And we may as well consume some of the collections we have. So already we got one with the collection twice. So let's see if we can sell it on the broker. Oh, wrong broker. And people often ask, Multiverse, how can we make money in this service online? Sell everything you can from the broker. So here we can see someone asking for 490. Seeing how we want to make sure that we do sell it, let's ask for 200. Yeah, I'm undercutting by a lot, But I don't want it to come back and having to try to sell it again, so I just want to get rid of it. And now let's go to the Dark Multiverse. Oh, but before that, I could have sworn we got a new... I got a new skill point. So let's start purchasing some flight abilities. So let's go for swoop attack. And our loadout. Forgot to check the loadout. Oh yeah. We got a new group heal. We don't really need it right now. Oh, here we have our shield ability. So let's use that. So here normally that's where I put a shield ability. And if I was to use the swoop attack, I would put it here instead of the arc lightning, but I'm not going to use it. So I guess we're good to go fight the evil Batman who laughs. Oh, Junior gave us a digital coffee. Thank you.
This place gives me the creeps. It's like the Batcave, but nightmarish. It has to be the Batman who laughs. This is gonna be a problem.
Junior says, would we keep getting absolute materials in the future? Maybe story? We don't know at this point. Sadly, it's kind of hard at this point to anticipate what the devs are going to do. They seem to be following the same game plan that they used for Star Trek Online. But of course, DCUO is not exactly Star Trek Online, so... But so far, with the events, with the weekly sales on the marketplace, like every week we have a sale on the marketplace. We have events after events after events. That seems to be part of the strategy that they were using for Star Trek Online. Oh, one of them fell down. I'm sure he'll come back. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, there he is. So you see, as the evil Batbots tries to come back up, he keeps on going back down when I target him with an ability. The evil Iron Man does that to me in PvP all the time. When I try to fly up to him to try to lunge at him, somehow he manages to stun me. It's been a while since I've been here, kind of lost. Alright, there we go. I'm trying to avoid as much of their Robins as possible, and I failed miserably. Oh well. So as you can see, Arc Lightning, pretty good to stun a whole bunch of enemies. I've learned to play the game pretty much as a controller. Oh, Evil Robin. And even in healer role, even in tank role, sometimes I'll have a tendency to try to play as a controller with stuns and stuff like that. Using shield, using stuns, and all that good stuff that normally would be more specific to controllers. Although shield would be more specific to tank, but...
Because I need something from you, and you will need something from me. The hilarious thing is, you won't know what that is until it's too late. So, let's beat each other senseless. Nice.
So you saw I was able to interrupt his lunge by stunning him. But I'm out of power.
Not too bad. But I brought allies, and you didn't, so I win.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Here, I've got your back. You got this.
I'm here for the party.
Did you see that? Batman Who Laughs is a cheater, pumpkin eater. But luckily, Oracle had my back. And no result not to use the barrel. This is the one time you will play this mission on any of your characters. Like, each character plays this mission once, and you never play it again with that character. So enjoy it while you can.
You think relying on allies will save you? When Perpetua is coming?
Big talk from someone who's going to the deepest, darkest dungeon. And hey, being able to send you allies, pretty clutch. I knew this would be useful. I'll have details for you when you get back.
So you saw already the Batman Who Laughs was preparing the ground for Perpetua to come into the game.
Give me everything you can on Perpetua.
And I wish we had some of those Batman Who Laughs base items.
Perpetua to monitor access only. We
Oh well.
barely managed to seal Perpetua away last time.
So they're giving us some backstory about Perpetua, whom we will see in one of the Washington DC DLC. I forget which one.
Whew, that was too close for comfort. I'll set it up so your allies have your back reliably and figure out ways to strengthen your team. Check it out.
So Cyborg gives us technically our first ally, so this consumer. And we may as well equip her for now. So once you do all of that, once you equip the Oracle ally, then you have access to the Cyborg vendor. It's a question that I often see, like, how can we gain access to the Cyborg vendor? That is how.
Everyone in tip-top shape over there?
So until you do all of that, you're not going to gain access to the Cyborg vendor, so you won't be able to purchase the allies, you won't be able to purchase the alliances from Cyborg, and probably something else. That's it. Now let's go to our journal for say. Oh, so now we have to do World of Tomorrow.
Heads up, there's trouble in the Tomorrow district. Cersei's bestiamorphs are all over the area, which means Cersei can't be far behind. Zatanna in the Chinatown safe house can give you further instructions.
We could go to Chinatown straight from here. We're not going to do that. Let's go to our lair first. And let us go re-imprint our armory because a lot of stuff changed. Oh, let's check. Did we get any new gear? I guess not. So normally we could probably teleport to Chinatown from here. Sadly, we don't have the teleporter mods just yet. So we'll have to purchase those from Captain Adam at some point. But luckily, this lair is in Metropolis. So let's go to Metropolis. Junior says multiverse, so they can't bring Joker, but they brought a darker story with Kaznia. I don't get the game here. It's not a matter of dark or anything like that. It's just that the Joker is seen as a problematic character. He's an evil white man who was nasty to Harley Quinn. I'll just phrase it like that. So pretty much ever since, DC have been working really hard. You may have noticed DC have been trying really hard to separate Harley Quinn from the Joker and to make Harley Quinn her own character away from the Joker. That is in part why. Also, they've been trying to turn Harley Quinn into a female Deadpool. which sadly they pretty much kind of ruined the character over time. If you like the new Harley Quinn, that's fine. Sadly, some of us do miss the old version of Harley Quinn. What's a good chess piece for a strange character? The Doctor Fate, the Fate's Fate chess piece works well enough, I guess. It's probably something else that works better. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Amazon forces, including Wonder Girl herself, have responded, but more help is needed. Get down there and stop Cersei.
Before we go there, let us sell some of the junk
sure
we
I
have.
something here that can help you. Take a look.
Now you could be crazy and sell the Absolute Dark Knight Time Capsule on the vendor, but you'd be better off to selling it on the broker. If you sell it on the broker, you'll sell it for a lot more. Like when I first started playing DC Universe Online, I did not understand the need for the broker, so I would sell everything I had to these vendors over here, but they give you next to nothing for when you sell stuff to them, as opposed to anything that you sell on the broker. Usually, you will sell it for a lot more than you can sell it on the vendors. So I would strongly suggest sell anything you can from the on the broker. Only sell really junky junk to the vendors. Junior said, I think so. We forget the vaults. Remember, he was the one that gives us every season event. The vault, they removed the vault some time ago. They kept the vault for some of the events, but for some time now, the vault seems to be a thing of the past, even those events. So sadly, it would seem no more vault. And it may seem like a strange decision, but at the end of the day, the vault did require them at least some work. They had to update the loot table pretty much every time, and I'm pretty sure they did not want to do that.
Initiate field report. Sadly, there's not much.
Is there like a monk style in the game? Yeah, I'm sure there is. I can't think of it on the top of my head, but there's probably something that looks monkey-like, or monk-like, I should say, not monkey. Gareth, thoughts on the new Superman and the new Superman movie about why Superman eyes are red after using his beams, supposedly because his weakness is a weaker version. They have some weird ideas with that new Superman, but at the end of the day, I should probably wait until the movie comes out before saying anything. But some of the decisions they made, like there's some of the decisions they made that obviously were not good decisions, and I think they did realize that. Like there's the costume. They for some reason they made the Superman costume baggy, and pretty much everyone complained about that. And you have to wonder, like, when they made the costume, like right from the start, you can see that the costume is too baggy. So you have to wonder what were they thinking? And ultimately, they finally realized that yeah, the costume is too baggy, and they seem to make it more form fitting in the trailers. But that is something they should have done from the start. I don't know why they needed people to tell them that the costume is too baggy. It was obvious from the first frame that we saw the costume. It was very obvious. But somehow it wasn't obvious for them. Well, what can you say? As for the powers, they seem to have added something where when he uses
Prepare to
powers,
take a beating from
he
the
kind of
unstoppable
burns
Captain
himself around his
Cruel.
eyes. I not too crazy about that. And again, I don't understand why they felt the need to have that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we're going to have. Oh, I'm at the wrong place. But at the end of the day, we have no choice. We're gonna have to wait and see what the movie, what they actually end up doing in the movie, as opposed to what we saw in the trailer. Yes, I know some people will say that you cannot judge a movie just from the trailer. Yeah, but the trailer is there to sell you on the movie, to convince you to see the movie. And if you see the trailer and you don't really want to see the movie, the trailer didn't do a good job.
The carving on this horn is
And sadly, the Superman marketing we've had so far will that's going to be a master class in the future of how not to do marketing.
I charge you, track down Wonder Girl and defeat Cersei's plans.
Like this will be a master class on how not to do marketing in the future.
Wonder Girl was taking the front line.
Now, I guess some of the issue is that Warner's seems to be hurting for money, which would explain why they did not purchase some advertising on the Super Bowl. Like the Super Bowl is usually the one place where you want to advertise your movie. Everyone, the entire world is watching the Super Bowl. Usually, people will come up with companies will come up with a great trailers specifically for the Super Bowl, but they didn't do that for Superman. All they did is the Puppy Bowl thingy. And even there, they managed to drop the ball. They made the Puppy Bowl about Guy Gardner somehow. Like, if they had been consistent, they would have made the Puppy Bowl about crypto. But well. Mikey just sent me a talent game, and I'll invite you to the league. I have to warn you, we're not very active. So yes, you can join the league. You'll get the league benefits, but we're not really organized. We don't organize events.
Giganta has Wonder Girl. I must report back.
Junior says, I've seen people use Fate style for Doctor Strange. Yeah, some of the Fate style, as I mentioned, the Fate's Fate chess piece works well enough for far from Doctor Strange.
Giganta will steal Wonder Girl's body.
What do these fiends want?
You will bow before Cersei.
Has anyone seen Wonder Girl?
Girth read an article saying James Gunn said the reason why he has burns marks around his eye is because his weaker version. It doesn't matter. It makes no sense. They're overcomplicating things and overthinking it. It's like they did with the Flash in the Flash TV show. Like in the Flash TV show, at first they had him burn his clothes. Like when it would go too fast, his clothes would burn, his shoes would burn because of the friction, and to explain why he needed the costume. But they quickly gave up on that. It became they did use that a few times at first in the series. Then they did use that once or twice as a joke. Like at some point they burned Felicity's blouse and
wanted the power of an Amazon princess, and Cersei must have
as a gag.
That. We have to get to Wonder Girl quickly.
Cersei's beasts will know where Giganta has taken Wonder
But
Girl.
over time, they pretty much forgot about that.
Lieutenant Pythia. She will give you something to loosen their tongues.
They did the same also in the Zack Snyder movie, like
Cersei's bestiamorphs carry Cersei's ambrosia elixir.
Again to try to explain why he needed the costume. But later on, he runs in street clothes, and nothing happens.
Oh, good. You were here. Take this torch of remembrance.
Wonder Woman wants its power in your...
That Promethean flame will draw the information out of those bestiomorphs. No matter how the poor beasts try to protect their mistress.
Junior says also you have to keep in mind that he's using the All-Star Superman. He is dying, so it might be why he's weaker.
Wonder Woman wants its power in your hands.
I don't know about that because from what I understand, it's a fairly young Superman. He's been Superman for like a year, maybe two. So it's not like he's making the older Superman from All-Star Superman. And I don't think he's going to make him die because they're launching the DC universe with Superman. So it would be a bit strange for them to kill him in the first movie. Mikey, send me a tale in game when I'm logged in with my multiverse character. What's the best way to farm Mogo berries? No real best way. Just you have to play the content, and that's how you get the berries. There's no real best ways. I guess the best way would be to replay the raid over and over and over. But I'm not sure would call that a best way. Junior says, yeah, it might be true. It might be awkward to die right away.
I know speak.
Well, they've done that already. They killed him like in BVS, which was the second movie, which was all too quick, let's say. Which sadly is part of the issues we've had with DC for a while, is that they're trying to catch up to Marvel, and they're going too fast. They're not taking the time needed. Like they should have made Man of Steel, maybe even Man of Steel 2. They should have made maybe a Batman movie 2, and then maybe go with Batman versus Superman.
I tell you nothing. Enough. They took Amazon Girl to the Metro.
I need the Berserker, but we have to defeat the Bestiomorphs. Is there? There's a Berserker here.
Enough. They took Amazon Girl to the Metro.
The kidnapping, those mystic stones, all this points to Cersei creating a ritual to swap Giganta's mind into Wonder Girl's body. This is really big. No pun intended.
Cersei has enchanted those Sisyphean stones to prevent you from passing through. Destroy them. We must stop the ritual Cersei and Giganta have planned for Wonder Girl.
Stay away from the Minotaur. At this level, we're not strong enough to defeat him on our own. We would need a full group.
Sisyphean stones store massive amounts of magical energy. Destroy the stones and bring the shards to us. We cannot allow Cersei to have that much power.
Also, they made the Minotaur at some point a mission that you had to do after your level 30.
Agamemnon contingency. File code name Olympus. Diana is a good friend, which is just one reason it would be difficult to face her in combat, should she turn against the League. It's not a thought I relish. But if it must be done, the following strategy could be useful. If she could be convinced that she is fighting an equal, she could then theoretically be trapped in an unending cycle of combat against a phantom opponent. Must investigate feasibility of neural virtual reality technology.
Secret places have a 200 artifact. I'm trying to fortify another artifact with that 200 artifact. What about would the 11 artifact be on after I use a 200 artifact on it? At first, I would say don't do it. You will only get half the experience from the artifact. So I don't have any artifacts with this guy. I forget what the experience is for an artifact that's ranked 200, but basically you will get half of that experience. So that will bring you up to rank, I don't know, 120, maybe 140 maybe. So I would strongly suggest I don't do it. Or maybe rank 100. But you lose a lot of experience that way. And you never know, the artifact you want to sacrifice, they might give it a buff at some point. It might become more powerful in the future. So if you destroy it, you might end up regretting it. Like there are some artifacts from way back when that were not that powerful, but that actually did become more powerful later on. Like they did give a boost to Lazarus Pit. They did give a boost to some of the controller artifacts. So I would strongly suggest keep your artifacts. Junior says, I think he'll do great. The Brave and the Bold also sounds great. Sadly, at this point, all we have is some sort of vague announcement with no real information. So it's kind of hard to know exactly what will be great or not. And it's very, very easy to make announcements. Some of you guys may remember, some maybe not. Way back when, we had this movie called The Fantastic Four, or some people like to call it Fan Four Stick. And when the first Fantastic Four movie was released, Fox were very proud to announce that they were going to make Fantastic Four 2. So they were very quick to announce a Fantastic Four 2 movie, and they were very proud to announce it. Spoiler alert, that movie never happened. Like it's very easy to announce a movie to try to create interest, to also to gauge is there any real interest for a project, but that doesn't cost them anything. They don't even have to do it. The fact that they announce it, yes, they could end up doing it, but they could not do it, and it would be they have no obligation to release it. Is what I'm saying. Secret Plays, I'm looking forward to the Superman movie. I hope you enjoy it.
The Mirror of Narcissus allows us to discover Cersei's plans with her vanity. We lost it in a skirmish with her bestiamorph general. I charge you, recover this for the Amazons!
So again, pick the side quest before you go inside. As for the Superman movie, sadly, Warner Brothers did way too many bad decisions. It's kind of hard, if not impossible, to give them the benefit of the doubt at this point.
Giganta once wanted to possess my own body. Now Cersei must have promised her Wonder Girls. Knowing Giganta, her greed and impatience will lead her to rush the ritual. Go carefully. A mistake could condemn them both.
So all we can really do with the Superman movie is wait and see the movie and hope that they do a good job. But so far, the marketing has been a disaster. Again, this is going to go down as a master class in how not to do your marketing. Again, it could be just that they didn't have the money. Like in the case of the Super Bowl, having it out on the Super Bowl is expensive. So it could be that they didn't do it because they couldn't afford to. That's possible, I suppose. But even the rest of the advertising wasn't any better.
Challenge me and die, mortal.
And I guess it's not a coincidence. They did fire their marketing guy at some point. So I would be tempted to say that they probably know that they messed up. And I guess one of the problems with Warner's, or not just Warner's, with most studio executive, they don't know their they don't know their properties. They don't know what they have. Like they're not fans. They're business people.
Fight on for the Amazon.
So they don't understand why the fans like certain stuff and the fans don't like certain stuff. To them, it's all the same. So they kind of hard to make a good decision when you don't even know what your product is, and when you don't even know why your product is successful or popular.
I know you will reach her. We trust in you.
And I guess also it doesn't help if you hate your product. Yeah, kind of hard to do a good job at promoting it. Like sadly, it's become pretty clear for a long time that whoever's at the head of Warner's, they don't like Superman very much. We saw that way back when with Kevin Smith had a series of videos where he talks about that. When he first meets Peterson, I forget his name. Basically, the producer for the Superman movie. Way back when, the first thing he tells him is that he doesn't want to see the character in costume. He doesn't want the character to fly. So right there, these are pretty much two pretty important things for Superman. But again, you had someone at the head of Warner who didn't like Superman. And he wanted Superman to fight a giant spider.
Thanks. See you back at the
Gambit is asking, do you play on PlayStation? Do you only play on PlayStation? I play on PC also, but it's the same server, so. Junior says the new Sue is the OP leader. Silver Surfer is a girl. Human Torch is no longer cool. Mr. Fantastic is less manly and not in charge. It's not looking good story to me. Yeah, you're talking about the Fantastic Four movie, the new Fantastic Four movie. I was talking about the old one by Josh Trank. But yeah, for the new Fantastic Four movie, yeah, it doesn't look good either. They wanted to make a movie about gender issues, and they wanted to make it would seem a very feminist Fantastic Four movie. So yeah. Also, there's a whole bit about the movie being set in the 60s. I know that some people have suggested that. Some YouTubers were really gung ho, suggesting that they should do that. I wasn't one of those. There was no need to make the series a series in the 60s. I know that it kind of worked with X-Men First Class.
I will help you reach Wonder Girl.
Hopefully each recovered artifact will aid in reversing Cersei's hex.
Junior says Jessica Alba is my Sue Storm. Yeah, I think over time people will gain a better appreciation of those movies. I know that they were not badly received, but they were not received. They were not super popular either at the time. But I think over time, with the whatever Fantastic Four movie we had since then, I think people will learn to appreciate those movies a little bit more. And also with Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, the one thing that everyone agreed on was the Silver Surfer. They did a really good job realizing the Silver Surfer. And the saddest part is now here, like 20 years later, or is it 15? They could not even match that. Like the Silver Surfer they made, holy crap, does the visual effects look bad? There's no other words. It could be that they made her entirely in CGI. Like for the Silver Surfer in the Rise of the Silver Surfer, you had Doug Jones in a costume, and then they would map the silver effect on top of the Doug Jones. And they even went one step further, where they got I think it was Lawrence Fishburne who did the voice.
What's happening? It's like you've got hooks in my mind.
It's working! It's working! I feel her power course.
So they took all the steps way back when to give us the best Silver Surfer they could. As opposed to now, all they did is they created a CGI Silver Surfer. Oh yeah, we have to break the crystals here. I have to admit, I never tried to defeat a Wonder Girl without breaking the crystals. Like, you have to break the crystals. You can see there's 20 crystals that you have to break. Could you defeat her without the crystals? I guess not. She doesn't seem to take any damage. Or if she takes damages, she doesn't seem to take much damages. Also, as you saw, there's a whole bunch of barrels over here. Destroy those barrels. There are feats attached to those barrels, so there's no reason not to destroy them. Oh, let's summon our friend Oracle, because why not? Yeah, Oracle was useless. We still do not. We still cannot damage Wonder Girl. Oh, there we go.
No! This body belongs to me!
Oh, let's get rid.
Thank goodness, because there's no way I could pull my favorite jeans over your giant behind.
Bigger is better, Wonder Brat. Ditch your training bra and find out!
Not a good idea to get me angry. When I get angry, I get elemental.
One other thing I love about the End Blasters is that it's a great long range weapon, and it's also a great melee weapon. So you can use it for long range. You can use it in melee. Loved it. Decisions. Let's go for the shoulders.
Whew, back in my own skin again. You really don't appreciate how awesome your boots are till you walk around in someone else's. I'll take care of Big Bertha here. Thanks again.
Let us skip the
Cersei's
cinematics.
plan to use Giganta and Wonder Girl has failed. Knowing Cersei, she will simply turn her eye to other targets. But we will be ready for her. My thanks. We will speak again soon.
So again, break the barrels. It will work towards diverse feats for breaking barrels. You can see like break 5 red barrels. I could have sworn I would have broken 5 red barrels by now. I guess not. And of course, there's this here.
The incantation on this scale is dark magic indeed.
Jessica Alba was, she was a pretty lady. I don't know why some people were not happy with her casting at first. I guess because she's Latina, but I suppose it was a bit strange that she was Latina and Johnny Storm was not. But they went one step further in the next Fantastic Four movie where Johnny Storm was a black guy. I seem to recall the way they explained it is that because the father was black as well, so they explained that she was adopted. But yeah, Jessica Alba was nice. Junior says, "Oh yeah, Silver Surfer in that movie when he phases the building. Oh yeah, that was a good scene. Like the reaction we see from Johnny Storm, that's the reaction people had when they saw that scene. So it was a cool moment. So they had done a great job. Oh, Junior says you die if you try to defeat Wonder Girl without breaking the crystals. Yeah, I suspected as much. But yeah, for the Silver Surfer, they had done a really good job realizing the Silver Surfer on the big screen. So again, you have to wonder what happened for them to not even be able to match what they did 20 years ago.
So, you took Giganta. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Oh, we have to talk to Zatanna again. Oh, but let's complete our mission first.
Ready for more action? A situation is rapidly spiraling out of control in Little Bohemia. Speak to Dr. Sarah Charles at the 5th Precinct.
Let's talk to Zatanna. We're here already, so might as well talk to Zatanna.
Showtime! The demon Trigon is rising right here in Metropolis. I'll get there when I can. Until then, think you can handle it?
I call upon you as one who has been proven in battle. Dr. Fate's ward against Trigon has broken. Now Trigon's demons rampage throughout the Tomorrow District. The Science Police's powers are not enough. Defend against this evil, and hurry.
Okay. I was wondering why I could not sell some of the gear. It's imprinted in my armory. I will sell it later. Doesn't matter. So we do have a couple of options here. So we could, there's Raven Unleashed, level 9 mission. Protect and Serve, level 12. Let's play the Raven mission first. We're already here. And then we'll go play Protect and Serve. Sadly for the Fantastic Four movie, it would seem that the visual effects will not be very good, let's say. There was a, I forget if it's a trailer or promotion where we do see some sort of a huge creature coming out of the ground. Holy crap, does it not look good? And sadly, that seems to be something that the Superman movie and the Fantastic Four movie will have in common. The visual effects. Oh, there should be a side quest over here first. Like the visual effects for the Superman movie from the trailers. Let's say it's not very inspiring. And from what we understand, they hired the same guy who did the visual effects for the Flash, and those were not good. There's no other words. And you have to wonder why hire the same guy? Like the guy did a not good job in the Flash, and somehow they hired him again for Superman. You have to wonder why they do that. And James Gunn seems to have fallen in love with using some sort of a fisheye effect or fishbowl effect. I forget the actual expression, and it doesn't look good. Let's pick this up.
Blood Priest Chronicle.
But from what we understand, they are removing some of those effects, like the scene with Superman flying towards the screen, where he looks, let's say, very weird. Apparently, they're removing that scene from the film. So hopefully, they'll remove some more of those weird fisheye effects in the scene in the movie. We'll have to wait and see for that. I could have sworn there was something else here.
Metropolis formed the Science Police as their own superpowered force, but even their magical officers can't do with Trigon. Let's hope you can.
So for the horns, we need to defeat some specific demons for that. We're here. Might as well stop some evil demons, even if they're not exactly those we need. Ah, there it is. So we need those sort of green demons that are around.
You cannot stop destiny.
Oh, there's one. Oh, that should do it.
Trigon is using his daughter, the Titan Raven, to spread his foul energy. Then he will destroy her. Both she and the city are doomed unless we stop Trigon now. Find his demons on the rooftops and destroy their
Rula says maybe less expensive. Yeah, well, at this point, they're spending like 200 millions on those movies. If we believe some of the numbers, they're even spending as much as 350 million. So it's kind of hard to believe that they don't have the money to make a proper Silver Surfeit. John says, love your Superman. Thank you. Junior says Ironheart is going to be a flop. I can tell already. Everyone can tell. Even Marvel can tell. They tried to bury the project, but they had no choice but to release it at some point.
Hello, I'm an independent researcher at Star.
But yeah, don't worry. Even Marvel knows it's going to be a flop. So they'll put it on Disney Plus really quickly, and then they'll forget about it. At least, normally that's what they should do. But from the looks of it, it seems that they will... I wouldn't be surprised if they still use her in various movies. We saw that with the Marvels was, let's say, not good. And they still want to use, it would seem, they still want to use Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, in the upcoming Avengers films. So, I guess Marvel really don't want to learn their lessons. They want to use Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, no matter what, and they'll probably use Ironheart no matter what.
Blood Priest Chronicle. This gem manipulates the very air around it.
Rula says, I really don't like his suit. Yeah, I understand. A lot of people didn't like it. Some people at the time were saying that it was only a temporary suit. He was going to get a better suit later on. Some would say that the suit would be fixed in post. And ultimately, that's sort of what was going to happen. They pretty much have they're going to have to fix the suit in post because the consensus is pretty clear. People don't like the suit. The baggy suit, it was a bad idea. And Rula says also, yeah, Ironheart flop for sure. Yeah, it's obvious to anyone with half a brain that it's going to be a disaster. But despite that, there are those who will defend the film tooth and nail. What can you do?
Trigon will be released. To Trigon I send your soul.
Girth says, I keep on getting pop-up on my screen from Daybreak saying something about giving my email for updates and news to DCUO. I'll get 5 hours in game XP. Is that legit? It keeps popping up. I have no idea. If it pops in the game,
I'm not afraid of you.
if it pops in the game, yeah, it's probably legit from Daybreak. But I honestly, I don't remember that. But yeah, I saw that with I think Marvel Rivals had a similar thing. DC Dark Legion have similar things. So yeah, it sounds plausible at the very least. But at the end of the day, you don't have to. Like, do you really need to get the 5 hours XP? I think not. Like, it's not. You can level up from level 1 to level 30 fairly quickly.
I hope the heroes kick your ass.
I just realized. I was wondering why I still had the Vortex. I didn't complete my mission here.
I'm trying to raise Starfire and the other Titans, but no word since they went into the Science Police HQ. I'm calling Zatanna now to back you up.
So as you can see,
holds Raven thralled to his dark will inside the Science Police headquarters. We must free her. But first, use your power to stop the demons spawning and lending their powers to Trigon outside the walls.
So as you can see, the gear I get, not as good as the gear I already have. But I will be able to salvage it or sell it, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, and I could have sworn we got some new... oh yeah. Decisions. So I can start adding stat points here. But before we do that, I guess we could get some... oh, we have the little hint for the emotes here. Let's start by some of the movement, so the flight abilities instead. Rula says I've been done with Marvel since Endgame. Yeah, pretty much the same. Even movies like I did kind of enjoy. I did kind of enjoy Spider-Man: Homecoming the first time I saw it, but then when I tried to watch it again, after 10 minutes, I came to realize that I did not want to watch that again. And I did not even go see the other Spider-Man movie in theaters. I waited to see them in streaming. So yeah, since Endgame, I saw the first Spider-Man movie in theaters. and maybe another one that I forget. But overall, I saw those movies in streaming or on Disney Plus or something like that. Nah, yeah, on Disney Plus, yeah.
Great work.
Right now, for those who do not know, there's a pretty big sale on Disney Plus. You can get Disney Plus for $2.99 for like 3 months. Although it's been a month and a half now, so there's probably a month and a half left to that sale. Let's go. Let's go to the rooftops. All right, there we go. Oh, and now we have to defend the paramedics.
Keep still. Stay down.
Back off.
That was easy enough. So let's complete our mission.
Raven fought her father's evil all her life. To have him possess her now must be a living nightmare. A real one, since now all the Titans are off calm. Even Nightwing.
Zatanna confirms that Trigon has possessed Raven utterly. She has taken the Titans hostage. You must free them and save Raven from her father's evil.
Junior says, I hear you, Rula. I do kind of have a small hope for a brand new day. They announced Punisher and Hulk will be there, so want to see what all that cooking.
The science police took down some Gotham thugs trying to do business in Metropolis. When the demons busted loose, they did too. Give me a hand finding and cuffing them? We got enough problems without the Gotham mob.
So we have this little side quest here before we enter. Now, let's go inside. For the upcoming Marvel movies, I pretty much lost all hope, I have to admit. Seeing what they've done with the Hulk in the last couple of films, that was very, let's say, disappointing. They really nerfed him quite a lot. Again, it's one of those characters that sadly they saw as problematic. The Russo brothers are very big, let's say, feminists, and you saw that also in their movie. If you check their movies after Avengers Endgame, you can clearly see that. And for the Hulk, you had to wonder why did they mismanage the Hulk so badly? Odds are they probably saw that as a symbol of toxic masculinity or something like that. So they could not help themselves. They had to nerf the Hulk, and they cannot give us the savage Hulk that people like. One of the reasons why Thor Ragnarok did so well was because of the Hulk. The people want to see the Hulk, the brute Hulk, the savage Hulk, call it whatever you want, but people want to see that. And the worst part is that Marvel knows this. That's why when they had the promotion for Captain America: Brave New World, they used the Red Hulk for that promotion a lot because they know that is what people want. But somehow they don't want to give it to us.
You want trouble, you came to the right place.
Go ahead. I've got a spare.
Rula says my faith in Marvel movies is pretty much depleted, to say the least. Yeah, pretty much the same here. Junior says Disney has damaged Marvel and Star Wars. Absolutely, they broke the brand. Junior says the nerf Hulk to make Captain Marvel look good versus Thanos. Yeah, pretty much.
Why are you and I fighting?
Trigon's been using Raven to control us.
Nightwing.
You are powerless to resist.
Destroy them!
I regret I must do this.
I may be part machine, but I never lost my humanity.
It's like waking up from a bad dream.
We can't stop now. Trigon still controls Raven, and Raven still controls Donna.
Donna Troy, obey Trigon's will and destroy the Titans.
I don't know why they didn't put the cosmic material on her pants. Like, there's a little bit on the pants, but barely. Not sure why they didn't make the pants completely cosmic.
The inevitable is
Doesn't matter.
This world is
Oh.
mine.
So it's a bit strange. She switched from her old costume to her new costume. Never noticed that before. Or if I did,
Thanks for jumping
didn't
in.
remember that.
Raven's fighting him, but Trigon's hold is getting stronger. We have to find her and help her.
Our best chance is to split up and search. Starfire and I will take the upper levels.
I'll search the rest of this floor.
Sounds like a plan.
Once
The hero and
merely a
I will take the
seed
holding level.
stone.
Come on.
This treasure.
So I guess they changed the Donna Troy model in-game, but not in the cinematic somehow. Doesn't matter.
I shall find another shell.
Junior says at this point, even the Disney movies themselves are trash. The live actions are terrible ideas. The problem is that they end up making they're making money. Like the latest one they did with Lilo and Stitch. Sadly, they did make money with that film. That film seems to be. It seems that film will be successful. So sadly, they were starting to get not so successful live action movies.
Brains and technology on my side.
So that might have stopped them from making more. But they had a success with Lilo and Stitch, so that's going to pretty much renew their confidence into those live action movies.
Trigon will be released. I shall find another shell.
I'm gonna whoop your butt. No sign of her so far. Let's keep going.
Wild Relic, I actually hate this dungeon. It's annoying. I find anything with Raven and Trigon is annoying. I guess you're not a Teen Titan fan. I kind of got a kick to be able to fight alongside at least some of the Teen Titans with our friend Cyborg here.
You want trouble, you came to the right place.
Oh, I almost forgot our friend here. I could have sworn there was another one. Did I skip it? I'll backtrack if I have to. Ah, there he is. Oh, actually, we did skip one. So let's help our friend here, and let's backtrack a bit.
Take it easy. I ain't running.
There's number 5 who should be, where is he? Trying to backtrack to find the one we missed. Since we're here, as well break some barrels or two. Oh, there he is.
My boss will get you for this.
So we did miss it pretty early in the map. Let's skip some of the barrels. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. Our friend Cyborg, I think he was looking for us. I didn't abandon you, Cyborg. Okay, enough stalling. So let us talk to Zatanna.
Glad you guys showed up. I'm holding her body in one place, but Raven's fighting Trigon deep in her soul. I can feel it.
What can we do?
I've got to stay here to keep the portal open, but only a true magical warrior can enter that soul self. The second that happens, I'm teleporting everyone else out of here.
It's all up to you. I know you and Raven can beat him down.
Rula says Disney's tried to say there wasn't enough women in Star Wars, which is crazy and isn't true at all. Oh, we have to talk to her again.
I can't keep Raven contained for long. She's opened a portal to her soul self. She wants us to help her fight.
Wild Relic just did this, especially with Brother Blood. For Brother Blood, I assume you mean the other mission at the hospital. I don't know, I didn't mind it.
You are too late. Raven is broken. Trigon's day has come. You cannot save my daughter. She is merely a vessel for my power.
I kind of miss the old Raven model. Nova Death Star, I made a atomic character. It's really fun power. Yeah, if you enjoy using powers with combos, then yeah, it's a fun power to use. It's just a bit annoying because there are certain missions where when you try to use combos, you get interrupted a lot. So I do have a tendency to prefer powers that don't use combos, but that's just me, I guess. Where's... Oh, there it is.
I will tear your soul asunder.
Wild Relic, I like the Teen Titans, but the missions designed for this place, and some reason with all places with Raven and Brother Blood. And this game, I don't know why.
Daughter, your will returns. What's left of it?
Trigon, you will leave this place.
Wild Relic says, how do you possess a cyborg? Is literally a living mother box. He's not in the DC universe. Way back when, he was just a human with some robot parts. So he had a human brain that could be possessed.
You are free for now, daughter. But too late. My arrival is imminent.
They made him a mother box with the New 52 and with the Justice League movie, but he's not really a mother box.
But you have saved my soul, and I thank you. I hope you will fight at my side when his dark day comes.
Trigon's evil still permeates this plane, but thanks to your courage, Raven has been freed. This fight is far from over. Speak to Zatanna, and I will rejoin you soon.
Yes, the mother box are from the dimension that Apocalypse and New Genesis are part of, which, yes, is outside of the multiverse. Or it's part of the multiverse, but it's outside of the 52 universe. Sort of. Junior, that's crazy. They would think that the rule of Star Wars had it all, men, women, children. Yeah, it's pretty much a pretext. They keep on saying there's not enough women because they ultimately they seem to want only to have women in everything, and so their excuse or their argument is that there's only men, there's not enough women. We have to add more women, and at the end of the day, you can see that they're trying to replace all the men with women. They're doing that with Star Wars. They're doing that with Marvel. They're doing that all over the place.
So, was it weird in Raven's soul self? Never mind. I'm good with mystery. Thanks for all your help. I'll give you a call the next time we put on a show.
Junior, the Titan event is soon. The multiverse. It should be in August. Let's complete our mission here. I guess we're going to get a new weapon. Oh yeah. So I guess before we go then to where do we have to go next? Before we go to Little Bohemia, let's go to our lair. So for the Titan events, it should be sometimes in August if they do like last year. It used to be in September, but in September now we have a Batman Day. And we did not really have an event for August, so they decided to give us the Homecoming seasonal in August, even though it doesn't make much sense. But anyway. So again, seeing how I don't have the teleporter mods just yet. Wald Relic, oh, I thought it was actual canon that it was a half mother box. Well, it's canon since the New 52, but the game kind of predates the New 52. So the Cyborg we have in the game is Cyborg from before the New 52, and he was in a mother box back then. Junior says, I know we're about to get bottled event is on July. Bottled event? Well, in July we will get, I assume you mean the campaign. So yes, we will get the campaign in July. So this one will be the bottled Washington DC. Or the Brainiac Returns DLC, there we go. But we will also get, it would seem, the summer seasonal in July. Wild Relic, it would be cool to get a world event where you would fight the Brainiac in the main city to unbottle the city, like where everyone on the server has to participate. Well, we've been asking for that for a long time. They cannot do it. Sadly, removing the bottles, the way they made the map, removing the bottles is would be very difficult. So it's not a simple matter of just removing the bottles. They would have to pretty much redo the map. And they're not going to do that. They're not going to invest whatever time, money, manpower that they need to do that. You're welcome, Junior. Oh, we got a bit of lag here. Oh, it's cosplay time. So if you're wondering why there's people here hanging out, they're showing themselves their cool cosplay costumes. So we've got a pretty cool Batman with the yellow oval, which I'm sure makes a lot of people grin with envy. And if you're wondering why some of the characters don't have a belt, when there's too many characters in one spot, sometimes there are some details that you do not see. You do not see the belt, you do not see sometimes the cape, you do not see, so it's a rendering issue. When there's too many people in one spot, the game doesn't render everything. Let's talk to Dr. Charles.
Patients are rioting all over the Meta Wing at Metropolis General Hospital. LexCorp is trying to keep Metro PD from the scene, so something big is up. Superman wants you to handle it. You'll need this metahuman encasement device for as long as it lasts.
Onyx says, yay, summer seasonal. Well, yes and no. The truth is, we don't know. Sadly, the devs are not telling us. So I assume we'll get the summer seasonal at the very least in July. But uh, we don't have a confirmation just yet. For all we know, there's no summer seasonal this year. So we're gonna have to wait for that. Rula says, which reward are you going to for multi if you're done with the campaign? Decisions. The material is very tempting because sadly at this point the material is impossible to get.
This is Superman. Lex Luthor sponsored a special meta wing at Metropolis
But
General
the Wolfpack artifacts is basically the value of $100. It's worth about $100. So a material that's impossible to get, or a token that costs $100. Sadly, at this point, I can't really give an answer because the truth is, I don't know. I could decide to give in and get the material, or I could decide to let's save $100 and get the Wolfpack token. Because at this point, there's quite a few artifacts that I would like to use the Wolfpack token on. So it could get expensive real quick. So if I can get one Wolfpack token for free, that would be a good thing. So sadly, it's going to be Sophie's choice, and I can't really answer that right now. I'm going to have to give you an answer the day I make the decision. Nova Death Star, the production, yeah, the buildings have been bottled for quite a long time. Yeah, they can't really unbottle them. Basically, they're part of the shoreline from level 1 to level 30. So at the very least, they need those buildings for new players. They would have to create a new map like they do pretty much all the time. So you would have to have, let's say, the map of the bottle for people who level up their character from level 1 to level 40. And then you would have to have a second map where the bottles would be removed. And in roundabout ways, that is kind of what they're doing with some of the new maps that they've been giving us for some time. Oh knows. That was a boo-boo. Don't attack Bizarro just yet. We're no match for Bizarro at this level. Next, I would like to unbottle the city. I thought it was something cool they do after finishing the main story. We all thought that. Way back when, we thought foolishly that maybe the bottled Metropolis and bottled Gotham could be, I don't know, Earth 1, and then we could have maybe Earth 2, or that could be Year 1. Then we could have maybe a Year 2 map without the bottles. That never happened. I guess we gave too much credit to the devs way back when. There's a lot of things we thought they would do, and they just couldn't do it. Oh noes! I forgot to pick up the side quest.
Chief Researcher's Journal. One of our most valuable samples. It really speaks to me.
Some of LexCorp's goons are using genetic transcoders to monitor metahuman patients. Help us confiscate that equipment. The escaping patients have managed to take some of their records with them. We can't let LexCorp...
So I should have I've taken the side quest first. Completely forgot about that. So I did a boo-boo. So there are some satchels here that we have to pick up. You can see our friend here did pick the same quest. So, oh no, we're competing for the same objectives. There should be enough for everyone.
How can you live with yourself after all you put me through?
Oh.
Go ahead, punk. Make my day.
How can you live with yourself after all you put me through?
You did this to me! Please! You have to end this experiment!
Sorry guys if I'm ignoring the chat. I'm just trying to complete this first. And then I'll get back to the chat, I promise. Me swear.
I can't stand you anymore.
I'll make you pay for the experiments you did on me.
Oh, Doctor! It was you who experimented.
Bizarro number 1.
I'm hit.
See now there's a bunch of people here, I guess, who could try to defeat Bizarro. Sadly, I did not pick up the mission just yet. So I guess we could get defeat for defeating Bizarro, even if we don't have the mission.
Stop! You're hurting me.
So now we just need some transcoders, so... That's a weird looking one.
You want some of this?
Come on, evil transcoders, where are you?
It's go time.
Too many people in one spot. That's what happens.
Live with yourself after all you put me through.
Stay out of the way. You little punk.
Sorry, I was scratching my eye.
I'll make you pay for the experiments you did on me.
Almost there. Stay on target. Are we going to be brave? Are we attacking Bizarro? I guess we are. Oh, that was not good. Oh, I guess we have...
Please, you have to end this experiment.
I guess our friend here is a high-level player. So that's why he has all those funky stuff. Oh yeah. So if we had picked up the side quests to begin with, we would have been able to complete those side quests at the same time as the main quest, but obviously we did a boo-boo, so we had to backtrack and do the side quests by themselves. And now let us move on to the next step, which should be here.
Reporting from the Western Post. Everything is secure. You little punk.
Without that monitoring station, Lex will have to track down those patients one by one. Show his troops they have more to worry about right now.
Yeah, I don't need to defeat those guys, but...
You want some of this?
Oh, they were there. Well, they respawn quicker than I thought. And we have another side quest over here, so let's pick it up.
Do you have time to help me? LexCorp's gladiator suits are running off a highly unstable power cell.
Before we continue, let's backtrack a bit.
Our lab's research, but with a fatal flaw. Can you collect those power cells carefully?
So let's see. The chat. Okay. So next I would like on Bottle City. Yeah, it's something we've been asking for a long time. Didn't happen. Well, it happened in some of the maps. Like if you look at Flashpoint Gotham, obviously there's no bottles there. the the Doomsday Metropolis, but I had to make maps specifically for those. Rishon says, indeed, that's why my game crashes outside that spot. Yeah, that's the spot where people gather to be able to show each other their styles. And usually there's a whole bunch of people that gather there. So yeah, if you go there, you'll probably get a lot of lag. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the game crashes. Sadly, DCUO struggles when there's a lot of people logging in at the same time. The game struggles. It's been like that for a long, long time. Rishon, over many players chilling in one spot. Absolutely. Rula says I gotta go for the material. My art's not up to par anyway. But that's fine. You can't really make a bad choice. If you get the material, you get a pretty awesome looking material, pretty much the most popular material in the game. And if you get the wolf pack, you get an item that's worth $100. So is the material. Come to think of it, like the last time we could get that material, I think you had to purchase like 20 booster bundles, so it was like $200 to get the material and the booster bundle. So anyway you slice it, you have items that are worth hundreds of dollars. So you cannot make a bad choice. Nova says no seasonal, no problem for me. I don't like seasonals during new episodes. Don't have much time. Will do, but it messes up my sleep time. You can sleep later. Do the seasonals and sleep after. Wild Relic, I remember my first time getting face stomped by Bizarro when the game first came out. Lo wasn't even mad, just stunned and excited to finally beat him. Well, that's one of the great things is that like they wouldn't prevent you from it could happen that you run into Bizarro even if you're not ready to defeat him. Like I saw some people complain about that, but it was part of the fun. You had to be careful. You couldn't just decide to jump and attack anyone every time all the time. You had to be careful. Sometimes you would jump on an NPC that was too powerful for you. So when that happens, you try to avoid him, and then later on when you become more powerful, you come back and beat the snot out of him, or you gather a group to do that. Wild Relic, I always take the side quest because they give about 100 token by the time you hit level 30. Yeah, sure, the side quests are worth. There's no reason not to pick up the side quest. Most of the time you play them at the same time as you play the main quest, so there's no reason not to pick them up, and it gives you extra rewards. So if somebody decide not to pick the side quest for reasons, well, they're crazy. Wild Relic, very well worth it for only a few minutes of extra on every main quest. Sure. Mikey says, I already defeated him for you. You're so nice. Wild Relic, I love summoning half the Green Lantern Corps to help me with missions using that item you get from either the broker or some events. Absolutely. Choppa22, I'm also still playing this game. Glad people are still playing. Oh yeah, people are still playing. I'd be tempted to think that there might be a slight growth in players, but I can't say for certain. It'll take a month or two maybe and maybe the next investors report to really get a clear idea of what's going on.
I'm hit. You little punk.
Choppa22, I'm past level 30. It seems there's none to do when you unlock all your powers. There's a lot to do. Once you unlock all your powers, then afterwards you have to get skill points to increase the strength of your character, and you have to upgrade your gear. The way once you unlock all your powers, then the way to upgrade your character is through skill points, through your gear, through artifacts, through allies, and probably something else I forget to mention. So there's a lot to do afterwards. It becomes a different game. Basically, from level 1 to level 30, you gain experience to increase the strength of your character.
This is Lois Lane for Daily Planet Live. Lex Luthor announced today that the new metahuman medical wing at the Metropolis General Hospital, which is entirely funded by LexCorp, will also be entirely staffed by LexCorp as well.
So from level 1 to level
Protests of numerous
30,
human rights groups, the wing currently remains open to metahumans seeking treatment for what Luthor terms their unique needs.
from level 1 to level 30, again, it's pretty much like a standard RPG where you gain experience. The more you gain experience, the stronger your character get, and you gain access to new powers. But after level 30, you no longer gain experience. Experience don't matter anymore after that. What you do get is you have to upgrade your gear. Your gear will decide your new level, which is your combat rating. So your at some point your true level is your combat rating, and you increase your combat rating by increasing the quality of your gear. So you have to get better gear to get higher combat rating. And then afterwards you have things like artifacts. So you have to you will be able to get artifacts, and you will be able to upgrade those artifacts to make your character more powerful. Then afterwards you will also get the allies. Actually, I already have my first ally. So you will get allies, and again, you will have to rank up your allies to make them more powerful. And you can have up to 3 allies. Again, I did mention the skill points. The more you play the game, the more you will earn skill points over time. So there's a lot of things you can do over time to make your character more powerful. So Wild Relic pretty much mentioned the same thing I did. Like, there's plenty to do. Skill points, feats are never ending, and the thousands of styles, a bunch of artifacts, and leveling those. Allies are cool, but always very expensive and tedious to get new ones. Girth, yep, I like to think level 1 to level 30 is just the tutorial, and the game really starts at level 30. Yeah, that's one way to see that. Personally, I see that as almost 2 different games. So there's the game where you play from level 1 to level 30 to level up your character using experience. And then afterwards, there's the game you play where you upgrade your gear, rank up your artifacts, rank up your allies, and more. So Chupa says my combat level is 483. The max...
You just disrupted research that would have helped countless human beings. You've clearly chosen to follow that alien Superman rather than advance humanity. Don't expect mercy.
The maximum combat rating right now, I think, is 490.
Sorry about that. Oracle is blocking any more transmissions from Lex's unique point of view. For now, join Supergirl inside. Help the metas and arrest whoever's in charge so they can stand trial for these crimes.
There are people trapped in tubes inside the hospital. Metas, but still people. They're being processed in tubes so they can be used for their energy. I work for LexCorp, but I'm human too. Get those people out of those tubes.
So again, Choppa, so you can upgrade your combat rating up to 490, I think. Then afterwards, you have your skill points. So I think right now we have about 800 skill points, maybe more than that. Let's pick this up here. So you have to upgrade your skill points. So there's a lot of. Let's go to the feats. That'll make more sense. Oh, there it is. Like you can see here with the skill points or with the feats, like there's 4,119 feats. So that'll keep you busy for a while. And again, ranking up your artifacts to rank to 100, that takes a while. Ranking up your allies, that takes a while. What's the name of the skill where you shoot lightning for a long time and talking about the weapon? So you mean this ability here? It's called this. I have solar flare in mind. I know that's not it. It's called the pulse beam. Let me show it to you so that it makes some more sense. So if we go to weapon and blast, it should be this one here, I think. No, this one here. It's the pulse beam. So technically with 4 skill points you should be able to have access to it. Actually no, 3 skill points. So you pick this one, then this one, then this one, and there you go. Overpower duels. Where's video about tomorrow's new event? Dev sent you nothing? Nope, Dev sent us nothing. Sadly, we're gonna have to accept that communication with the new devs is not good. And even with the new community manager, we thought that the communication was bad because there was no community manager after Maps was let go. But even once we got a community manager, the communication is still not good. So why? I don't know. If I was to take a guess, I would say that even the community manager doesn't get the information. So that's probably why we don't have the information. But other than that, I couldn't tell you. So no, sadly the devs are not telling us what's going on, and neither is the community manager. So if there's a new event tomorrow, I don't know what that is.
So you found my metahuman experiments.
I know that people seem to think that I have a lot of information from the devs. I don't. They barely tell us anything. And sometimes, even when they do tell us something, we can't talk about it until a specific date. So and usually it's like just a couple of days before the event. Like with the latest DLC, we could talk about it like 2 days before the DLC, and then sadly some people can't really blame them for saying that. Some people thought it was pretty pointless. But that's what they're trying to do. So
nicely done.
They want to be very secret about everything, and for some reason they want to.
Chief Researcher's Journal. Always wear insulated.
They want us to get the information at the last minute. So sadly, well, let me check again to be. Maybe there's some information about what's going on tomorrow, and I didn't see that just yet. Most of the time, I actually get the information from X. Sometimes there's the information is on X first for some reason, and then later on it gets added to the forums. Maybe sometimes. Nah, nothing about tomorrow. So sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Wild Relic, I think that my highest CR is 430. That's alright. DCUO is a marathon, so you play the long game and you level up slowly but surely. Rula says I'm 478, still a ways to go. That's fine. Chapa 22, but I've defeated villains with my higher level, so about the skill points, what do they actually do? They give you even more stats to your character. you need more skill points if you want. If you just play the casual content, then yeah, you probably don't need the skill points all that much. But if you want to play the elite content, or better yet, the elite plus content, then yeah, you probably need as many skill points as you can get. Wild Relic artifacts do crazy damage and make miles of a difference in terms of DPS numbers. So you've heard it here first. So let's clear the map first.
Sometimes I think there just isn't
And then we'll come back
enough
for a
of me
thing
to
or
go
two
around.
afterwards.
Time to change that. How about a little more me?
Gambit says fastest feat to complete to jump 100 or so skill points.
Pop goes the
At the end of the day, you have to play the long game and try to get the feat as you can.
I'm so happy I could burst.
Like, there's no miracle. Like, some of the feats, well, when there's a feat where you have to complete like 500 alerts, you have no choice. All you can do is you play alerts, you play alerts, you play alerts, until you played 500 alerts. As for the fast feat, I guess the feats, I guess one way to get some feats pretty quick would be to get, if you go to the bottom of the watchtower, you will see a whole bunch of vendors that will sell you a whole bunch of gear. So I guess that would be one way to be able to get feet faster. So go to the watchtower, purchase all the gear, all the styles you can from that, and that'll give you some feats. The same with the if you go to the House of Legends, again, if you go to all the vendors and purchase all the gear that the vendors are selling, that will give you some skill points. Now, is it quick? Not sure I would say that. Wild Relic says, did he leave or was he fired? I assume you mean Maps. He was laid off. About a year ago, a bit more than a year and a half ago, there's about 15 devs that were laid off, and Maps was amongst them. And it's not. I saw a lot of rumors about that. It's not. They had no choice. It's not like they decided to leave. They were not even given an option. They came to work one Friday morning, same as usual, and they were told that it was their last day. They could go home.
I'm worried about the container's integrity.
There's someone who posted about that on Facebook or X, I forget, at the time when it happened. So that is how we know. I forget which dev posted that though. So, but I guess if you do a quick search, you could probably try to find. You could probably find whoever posted that. This is another good spot to be able to break a whole bunch of healing barrels. And for the consoles, these are for villains. There's a villain quest where you have to activate the consoles. So if you're not a villain, you don't need to do that.
You have no idea what it's like to be me.
But yeah, so Mevs did not leave. He was let go. And so were the other devs. Now why? We don't know. Were they trying to let go people who maybe were a bit more expensive to hire in order to hire people who would cost less? We don't know.
Someone to hit.
If I was to take a guess, an educated guess, I would say that it's probably the new producer that wanted to have his team that he was used to working with. It happened to me before. The last job I had, we had a change in directors. Sadly, the old directors was removed or stepped away, and it was replaced with a new director. And even before the new director took her job, we were pretty much told that she wanted to have her own team. So even before she was in power, even before she started doing the job, we already knew that she was going to let us go. Now, people foolishly thought that if we show that we can do a good job and she's going to need us and maybe she would keep us around. That didn't work. She let go. She did let go people that had been there for like, and she did that slowly but surely. She started with a couple of people who had been there for like 15 years. Then she let go to someone else who had been there for like 5 years. So slowly she got rid of people a few at a time. And eventually she got rid of me and the floor manager. The floor manager had been there for like 9 years. He was like 3 years away from retirement. So that was a bit disappointing, I guess. No, that was a sad story. Luckily, he was able to contest it, and finally he was handed a lump sum for being fired illegally. But still, it took a while.
Thank you.
Oh, a little chesty chest.
Weakened me with kryptonite and stuck me in this red sunlight cage. I think he even took some of my blood. I have to go talk to Superman.
Way back when we had those chesty chests in certain missions, that gives you a few extra rewards. And here in this mission, once you complete the mission, well, you don't have to wait until you complete the mission, but I usually do that once I complete the mission. Oh, another feat. There's these little barrels. Oh, wrong place. There's these little barrels that you can bring over here. And it will make sense in just a minute. And there's also those thingy here. We'll take care of those in just a minute. So if I was to take a guess, I would say that I think the new producer wanted to have his team. Because from what I understand, he pretty much hired the people he was working with for Star Trek Online. So that would be my guess, but it's only an educated guess. The truth is, we don't really know why they were let go. But again, the producers wanted to work with his team. That would make sense to me. Now, it could be more than just the one reason. Maybe the producer wanted to work with his team. Maybe he knew that maybe his team would have been cheaper than the old team. Like some of the devs that were let go had been here for like Mevs had been here for years and years and years. So even though he was just a community manager, seeing how he had been there for a long time, he probably still was making a good salary based on the fact that he was there for a long time. So it's easy enough to imagine that maybe they wanted to replace Maps with someone who would work for cheaper, for less money. Maybe again it's the producer who wanted to work with his team, or all of the above. So, but the truth is, unless Mevs decides to write his life story, we'll never find out what really happened. I could have sworn there was more. I think I could have sworn there was a feat for destroying the canister, but I could be misremembering. Maybe I'm thinking of the mission with Bane. Doesn't matter. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe I did not get all the canisters. I guess not. Too bad, so sad. So you're not fooling around. Oh, let me. I wish we could have those consoles for our lair. Maybe someday. There's so many base items they could give us. It always amazes me at how many base items that would be cool to have that somehow they didn't give us. Oh, let's go to the journal. So let's get out of here. So Wild Relic, I thought he left. Nah, he didn't leave. He was let go. Again, they came in one morning thinking that they were going to work, and they were told that it was their last day. And again, the only reason why we know that is because somebody, one of the people were fired or were let go, uh, kind of posted that. Forget if it was on LinkedIn or Facebook or something like that. Chopa 22, so my hero name Sekhmet, which is an Egyptian word for fire, which is what his power is based on what skill points can do for my hero in terms of his powers. For fire, there's three things you can do. There's for fire, if you play as a tank, freaking controller. I need a new controller. So basically, I had to plug in my controller. If I unplug it now, it doesn't last very long. Um, so if you play as a tank, you will want to have dominance. You will want to have health, but also you will want to have restoration. Restoration will allow you to heal yourself. Like your fire heals you. So the more restoration you have, the more you will heal yourself. The dominance will affect all your tank abilities. And health, obviously, health is health. So health allows you to survive, to have more survivability. Again, from the tank point of view, it might do something else that I forget. But ultimately, from the point of
Starlands in
view of
Metropolis,
fire,
thank you for stepping in at Metro
of a
PD.
fire tank, these are the stats you want to have. But even as a DPS, like as a DPS, you could decide to. As a DPS, obviously, you will want to have critical attack chances, critical attack damage. Depending if you're precision or might, you will take either precision or might. But again, in DPS role, you might decide to have some restoration to be able to heal yourself a bit better. You might decide to have extra health to have extra survivability. So the choice is yours. Oh, and
Commissioner Gordon needs your help in Gotham. Meet him at the East End Police Station.
so before we go to Gotham, let's go to our lair. Gareth says, don't forget about throwing those barrels away for defeat. Yeah, just did that. Raz, hey, I just got back into this game after a few years, and the account I've been using as Rage. I'm thinking of switching to Light or Electricity for DPS, but not sure if it's worth the money. Thoughts? Rage is actually one of the really good DPS power, so I personally I wouldn't change it. Um, Electricity is really good as well. Light, I'm not sure I would switch to Light for DPS. Nova Death Star Rage has a really powerful supercharge, good for melee, long range. Chupa 22, is there any difference than playing on PC and console? Uh, Technically, no. Wild Relic, I love the Dr. Psycho fight. His banter is hilarious. Dr. Void, American work culture, man. No rights and no security for the working class. Yeah, sadly, it's something you get used to, believe it or not. But companies have no loyalty to their employees. It's sad, but it's been like that for a long time. And over time, employees pretty much have no loyalty for the companies either. Anyone know a good way to get Tech Ninja legs? I've been non-stop grinding tough turf war and haven't got them. Uh, Sorry, I would have to look it up. Off the top of my head, I couldn't give you an answer. And I had those like years and years and years ago, so I'm not even sure how we get them these days. I know that they were added to Turf War, but is it a random drop? Is it something you have to purchase from the vendor? I would have to look it up. Junior says, wish you also played on Xbox. Sorry, I play on PlayStation, I play on PC. That's all I can really manage. And I don't own an Xbox, so.
Batman says you're the one to solve the situation we've got down at Amusement Mile. Move out. I'll meet you there.
This is Batman. Joker's clowns are turning the old Amusement Mile theme park into a riot zone. Gotham PD is overwhelmed. I'll track down the Joker. You take care of his clowns. Batman out.
Walter Lake says light is worth it. Electricity is a healer power, not made for DPS. No, actually, electricity was one of the meta not too long ago for DPS. So, no, it's a pretty good DPS power. I didn't mention Vitalization because he was mentioning a fire character. So, Vitalization for fire, not very useful at all. Oh, I've almost forgot. No, I'll do it later. I wanted to sell some junk, but too much talky, not enough paying attention. It happens. Rift Flash, if this game got remastered, then it would shake the gaming industry. Nah, it's not. It's not gonna happen. The closest to a remaster we'll see is that, like we saw that, was it 2 years ago at this point, when they changed the character creation system, they gave us some new styles with better
Listen
textures.
Up. Joker clowns are holding cops hostage over at the old roller coaster. I need you to get those men to safety.
So way back when they gave us some new styles with better textures, and with the new maps.
Uninvited guests stumbled into my toxin testing ground. So sorry I can't be there to welcome you in person. Enjoy the party if it doesn't kill you first.
And with the new maps and the new DLCs, that is how they're giving us maps with, again, better, well, quote-unquote better textures or better visuals. I could have sworn there was a side quest here. Doesn't matter. So sadly, there's no plan. Well, there's not going to be a remaster. It's more than just there's no plan. It's not going to happen.
It's all in good fun. Who doesn't love 10,000-volt joy buzzers?
Like way back when they were planning to do a graphics update for DCUO, but at the time they were planning that, the stocks, the EG7 stocks were at like 220 something Swedish krona, and then just a few months later, a couple of months later, it went down to like 14 Swedish krona. Like it crashed something really bad, really big. So sadly, whatever money they had, they were planning to use for the graphics update, that went out the window. And it's not just with DCO. They did the same with. They were planning a remaster for Lord of the Rings Online, and they canceled the remaster some time ago. Like for DCO, there are people who will say that no, there was no official announcement. The information was leaked in a investors report, so we knew that they were planning, at the very least, planning a graphics update. So whether it was announced or not, it was in the plans. But for Lord of the Rings Online, they did announce the remaster, but they also did cancel it because again they within it was very quick. Within just a couple of months, they really crashed. It was a bit heartbreaking to see. Now that a big corporation crashes, that's not the heartbreaking part. The heartbreaking part was uh, that pretty much guaranteed that whatever plans they promised us for DC Universe Online, or whatever plans they had for DC Universe Online, those went out the window. Like also at the time they had mentioned that in 2023 we would have the biggest uh, the biggest game update we ever had, the biggest DLC in the world, or something like that. I forget how they phrased it. But sadly, 2023 came and went, and we didn't get that biggest DLC. If anything, that's even worse. We got less and less content over time. Like pretty much since the House of Legends, we've been getting 2 DLCs per year. For this year, it looks like we might be able to get the 3 DLCs. Oh, just give me a minute.
Of course, you know this means war. Go with a big kaboom. Ha.
Oh, Junior got to go. Have a good night, Junior. Oh, I wasn't able to save that cop. I'm so sad now. Nah, sadly I had to take care of Rocky a little bit. It happens.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Although I'm a bit surprised, I just realized I'm way overdue for his snack. Usually he has a snack around 9-ish, 9:30. Didn't realize we had been here for so long. So as you saw, we did share the objective, so there's no need to try to quote unquote steal the objective from other players. Everyone gets the credit. And usually, there it is. That's a bit strange. Let's try that again.
Step right up, kid.
All right, there we go.
We need to get the formula for that Joker toxin. If I know Joker, he's left a trail. See what you can find.
Before I go, I have a little present for you. Well, lots of them, in fact. Some of them hold suffocating GCPD officers. Others, well, that'll be a fun surprise, won't it? Don't say I never gave you anything.
So as you saw, some of the gifts have some evil Joker bots. One of the things I love about End Blasters, you saw I was able to push the little robot so that when it exploded, it was far enough that it didn't affect me. So it's one of the things you can do with End Blasters. You can push. You can push your opponent away.
You know, this means war. Gonna go. This is the big one.
And in the case of the Joker boss, when they do explode, yeah, you wanna keep them away.
You know, this means war.
That's a bit strange.
If you're gonna go, go with a big kaboom.
Oh, here you see, I wasn't able to push it.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Despite pushing it, it was still able to jump me. Evil Joker bots or Joker droids. And sadly, random is random, so we have to break open gifts until we get what we need.
I'm sorry, of course, you know this is the big one. Goodbye, cruel world. I'm sorry. That response is
Stun target.
if you're gonna go, go with a big kaboom.
Well, let's see if we can share this one.
Of course, you know
Oh yeah.
this means war.
Yeah, I guess a bit annoying than repeating the same line over and over again.
Joker's sloppy. He'll have left the toxin formula with Harley. Robin's already there. He may need backup. I'm counting on you. Batman out.
Before we go help out,
Goodbye, cruel world. Gonna go, go with a big kaboom.
before we go help Robin, there's a little side quest over here we could do.
The brat one that refused to smile. I bet I know where he picked up that habit.
Fred Krueger, any idea what they're featuring tomorrow? No idea. No words. Nothing was said about it just yet. So sadly, we're going to find out all together at the same time tomorrow, it seems. Unless there's some sort of announcement that was announced that I didn't see just yet. Well, let me check. Let me check again. I checked earlier, but you never know. Maybe they posted something like 5 minutes ago. But sadly, they give us less and less information over time. We thought it would get better with the new community manager. It's not really helping. It did seem to help for about half a quarter of a second, and then it didn't help. So right now, no, I don't see anything mentioned for tomorrow. So it seems we'll find out tomorrow. Now, why do they not want to give us the information ahead of time? Why do they want to wait at the very, very, very last minute to let us know what's going on? I don't know. D Nation, did you see that Ruby quit the DCUO? Yep, we talked about that a bit earlier. And it was to be expected. He was very reliant on the test server to make his content, and he didn't have access to the test server anymore. So it was to be expected. Now I find myself a bit fortunate because I never needed the test server to create content. I was creating content way back when without the test server, and if I was to lose access to the test server, I would still be able to create content. But in this case, I guess he just couldn't do it without the test server. So that was nice enough. So let's go save Robin. Hello, David Sharp. So I think this will be our last mission for today. So we'll complete this mission. We'll go talk to our friend Commissioner Gordon. And that'll probably be the end for today. We'll reach level 19. That's nice
I saw
enough.
that dingbat Harley Quinn wrapping up cops like presents for the Joker. Go set them loose. The Joker's clowns have got cops locked up in cages. Cute, huh? Help us
So again,
them out.
couple of side missions just starting at the start of the map, so no reason not to pick those up. Oh yeah, before... Did we get new powers? Let's find out. Oh yes, we did. Spark barrage, static push, biocapacitor, repulse. Decisions. No, we'll stick with what we have.
Thanks. You're all right, buddy.
So again, here there's a whole bunch of stuff you need to do. So there's cops in cages. There's going to be some gifts also, I think, or am I misremembering? And of course, there's a whole bunch of evil clowns to defeat.
Don't let those guys get away. I'm on it.
Evil dog. Another thing you want to keep away, the dogs.
Holly sure
Give him one for
loves
us.
to go clubbing.
And usually there's, I guess not today. Sometimes there's a little treasure chest here, but I guess it'll be, there's a few places where you can get the chest, so if you don't see it here, don't worry, you'll see it elsewhere. I could have sworn. Freaking controller.
Don't let those guys get away. I got this one.
Sadly, my controller doesn't want to keep its charge anymore. So I have to pretty much keep it plugged in. If I don't, and even when it's fully charged, like when we started the stream, it was fully charged, and we barely lasted like half the stream before I had to plug it again. So sadly, the battery is not what it used to be. And also sometimes
You're not Batman. I wanted to kill Batman. I'm sorry. This is the
sometimes the left joystick, it seems kind of will stick And sometimes I'll start moving forwards without touching the joystick, or in my selection in my menu, my selection will go forward. So I'm gonna have to order a new controller later this week. I was waiting a bit. I wanted to be able to purchase to order a whole bunch of stuff, not just the controller. Oh, another gift over here. Do I still need the gifts though? I guess not. Oh, Gurr says, I feel sad every time I have to defeat the evil doggy. Yeah, I understand. It's not their fault. They're good dogs. The doggy are good dogs. It's the Joker who's mean. Who makes us fight the poor little doggies. So there's two ways to be able to play this mission. You could go down there and fight all those evil clowns, or if you activate the console, it goes big bada boom, and the clowns are defeated.
You're not Batman. I wanted to kill Batman. If you need help, press the star key. Of course, you know this means war.
Ah, those freaking wags. When they charge you, I hate that. Ah, let's bring the barrel.
You're all right, buddy. Officer down.
The boys in blue always know how to rain on our parade. But in the
Give 'em
Joker's
one
house,
for us.
it rains anvils.
Did you see that? Some evil clown attacking me from behind? So we have another console here we can activate.
Request assistance.
Again, it goes big bada boom. And you have less clown that you need to fight. I probably don't need to
Don't let those guys get away. Man
break the gifts anymore, but it gives us a few extra cop to help us out. So why not? Oh, I'll do here and give us an extra dog.
Step right up, kid.
So normally the cops you save will help you out at least a little bit.
Get me out of this thing. Don't let those guys get away.
So we got a feat for defeating some clowns.
You're all right, buddy. Give them one for us.
Well, let's pick up the barrel because why not?
Nice outfit. Did your mommy make it for you? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Evil wag.
Don't let those guys get away. Give them one for us. This is the police.
Sometimes the treasure chest is here. I forget where. I guess not today.
I'm Brighty.
Officer down.
Lefty? Wait, which way is left again?
Hardy har.
Now let's get rid of some of the clowns first.
Come on. Shut up, I'm thinking.
I could have sworn there was more clowns than that. I guess
Let's make it right.
I guess I was misremembering.
Left behind again. Man, that ain't right.
So let's pick this up.
The X's over the I's add a little something. Nighty night.
And now let's go save Robin.
Show you the formula, but then I'd have to kill ya. Well, actually, I'm gonna kill you anyway. But you get the idea.
I love a good fight.
I miss her classic costume. And I'm sure I'm not alone.
Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Oops, pardon me. Free knuckle sandwiches.
Miss Sim, who's your favorite superhero across every fiction? I would have to say Batman.
Let me go. I got rights, you know. Mr. J'll get me out. Just you wait.
No. I shouldn't have done that. Let's go for the two-handed. So we're lucky enough to get Harley Quinn's weapon. I should have saved it to set it on the broker. But one click too many and you saw what happened. So let us save our friend Robin.
Thanks for the help. Not that I couldn't have gotten out by myself. Yeah, eventually.
So yeah, I love Batman, but I also love like the Phantom, which was one of the inspiration for Batman way back when.
Commissioner Gordon will be there dealing with the paperwork.
Well, I kind of love Wolverine too. At some point, I was a big fan of Daredevil, The Flash. But overall, yeah, if I had to choose one, I would have to choose the Batman. What comic version do you like the most? The one by Jim Aparo. Way back when, there was this artist, Jim Aparo, who was drawing the Batman in Brave and the Bold. And then later on, in the late 80s, he became the regular Batman artist until the early 90s. So I kind of prefer, I liked his work on Batman, but I kind of prefer the work he did on Brave and the Bold. David Sharp, the Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks, absolutely. The Man Who Can Never Die. So let's go see our friend Commissioner Gordon. And that will be it for tonight. Are we going to be able to reach level 20 tonight? Let's find out.
Now that Batman has part of the toxin formula, we're one step closer to shutting down the Joker's insanity. Good work.
We need your help. LexCorp has attacked a hidden Star Labs base in Little Bohemia to steal their exobyte research. Lex claims his former scientists took his research when they defected from LexCorp. But if I know Lex, that's just a convenient excuse. I'm depending on you to keep the scientists safe until I can get there.
Evil Lex.
Anything in particular you're interested in purchasing today?
I should have reprinted my gear first, but let's get rid of what we can, and we'll sell the rest later on. That should do it. Once in a while, I'll sit have the reflex to try to repair, and then remember that, oh, no more repair. And we got mail, so let's see what we got. Ah, new chess piece. Robin is so nice. Sadly, we don't need it. I guess it's the thoughts that count.
Anything in particular you're interested in purchasing today? Anything in particular you're interested in purchasing today?
Some of you guys were asking about the easy feats earlier on. This would be one, I suppose. Once you have a lot of money with your character, you could come back here and purchase all those styles, and those would give you some feats. So let's go back to our lair. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a name, a good name for my lair, or at least a proper name. Oh yeah, we should be able to. Oh yeah. There we go. Not sure why I was under the impression we could no longer sell in our lair. Miss Sim, I don't think you've ever spoken about yourself personally, bro. I don't really talk about myself much. Drop some DC Multiverse lore. After that, I have a crazy idea that I might do a bit later. I'll have to make some sort of announcement about that at some point. But Girth says you made some good progress today. Absolutely, we gained 10 levels, so that's not nothing. So if all goes well, next time we might be able to reach level 25, which should give us our free armory. So once we reach that point, we will be able to get 2 armories. So we'll be able to switch from a healer to DPS as needed. And so I guess 2 more sessions, and we might be able to reach level 30. So let's say if we play tomorrow and maybe Wednesday, we might be able to pull it off. We'll have to wait and see for that. So guys, that's going to be it for tonight. So thanks to all of you guys who came to chat with us. And thanks to all of you guys who are watching. You guys are awesome. Again, sadly, for tomorrow, I have no idea what we will get tomorrow. What will be? Will we get an event? Will we get the summer seasonal? Will we get a new booster bundle? I have no idea. So sadly, we will have to find out all together tomorrow. So guys, have a good evening, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye, guys.